I could be a hand puppet.
I mean, depending on the day.
Considering.
Neville, I am so sorry that you have to drive through that. Let me know if you actually spot the tunnel monster.
See, this just segues
That is a long tunnel.
continuously
It's a
into my jokes.
Is there a
This is
Pittsburgh
not
monster?
helping. Is it a bobcat?
Is it like Mothman?
Because Joe will scream.
I will.
He
The
will.
tunnel monster?
Hi. Wait,
Oh,
are you
nobody
afraid?
Nobody's ever seen it, but everybody breaks just in case.
Wait. What? Wait.
Everybody
back up.
slows down in the tunnels for no reason.
Why
Good
is
old
that
Pittsburgh
screaming?
lore.
What are you screaming about, Sap?
Joe
Mothman.
almost hit a bobcat on the way back
Oh,
from Jersey one
okay.
year, and
That
he
would be
screamed
unfortunate.
because it was in the middle. Okay, it was in the middle of the night, and it was just like, "Ah, it's in there!" And like, but that's a sound you can't take back, and it's out
Yeah.
in the world now.
Once it's out, it's done.
Yeah.
I mean, that'd be a hell of a story to tell people that you had to peel a bobcat off your front bumper.
No, that sounds terrible. Let's definitely not do that.
Well, the thing is, it was all foggy, so like I couldn't tell until like I was already almost on top of it, and I just saw like a cat butt like going across the street.
That's not a good feeling.
But it was a big fucking cat butt. No, and I screamed.
A big cat butt.
I screamed.
Bobcats are crazy.
I screamed at the big cat butt going across the street in the fog. It
That's
was
fair.
like some Silent Hill bullshit.
Baby.
I don't remember my Roll20 password.
Unfortunate.
Today is
ABC
one of those
123.
days, guys. Today is just insane. I don't know what's going on with it.
Full
I am-
moon?
This
Where's
whole
the moon?
week, I'm done. Like I'm
Yeah.
fucking over this whole week. Over it. Over it. I literally had to sit yesterday and I was like, okay, what good things happened today? I had to like psycho social work myself. I was like, let's focus on the positive. What happened today? You got your peanuts in the mail for the crows.
Just about to
so
say
you can do
got
that.
your period, and I'm like, that's a bad thing if that happens.
You're like, bitch, you shouldn't be bleeding.
That's definitely something that you should maybe go to the doctor about.
I heard penis. I don't. Where do you
Peanut!
order a penis in the mail? Where,
Yep, I got my
and you're
penis
giving
in the
to
mail.
crows. What?
I mean, maybe I'll get a penis in the mail, but peanuts because I want to have a crow army. So
Yeah, they're right around here. You might as well take
I have a
control.
huge murder that's like hangs out in my backyard all the time. They're gonna be my
Oh,
best
that's not a
friends.
good sign.
No, they're gonna be
There's-
shiny things.
There's a candy company that makes little dicks, so you can mail people bags of dicks.
I think we
true.
got one of those once.
Want to eat a bag of dicks?
Yeah,
You
can I
gotta
throw it at
feed-
people and say, "Eat it"?
I definitely got a potato once.
You definitely
You did
got
get
A potato?
Yeah, you can
Mhm.
just mail someone a potato.
Literally,
What
don't
kind of
have to wrap it.
potato?
Like a
Regular.
like a regular like Idaho russet potato.
Oh, russet potato. So not like a
There
good
was-
potato.
No, there was nothing. There was also no context. It just showed up.
There was just a potato with a stamp on it and some writing
Yeah.
on it. That was it.
That's it.
Okay.
You can't
Yeah.
even use the
That's free
potato.
food, dude. You know the price of potatoes these days?
I want to be a fly on the wall in every like mail station that went through.
They didn't care.
They're just like motherfuckers.
These bitches think they're so funny.
You can mail a lot of really cool things. Did you know in Canada you can mail live bees?
Why?
Mhm.
Nicolas Cage bees?
Bees?
Don't do that in America. They don't like that.
Don't mail the bees.
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 I
Where?
think usually just beekeepers do that. But I mean,
Got
if you just want to mail someone like a bunch of bees and just
Can they
say,
be?
open in your bedroom only, shake it and open in a small enclosed space, please.
Oh, it's awful.
That would be nice to just
No.
send someone a bag of bees and be like,
Why is it buzzing?
bag of bees. But I do follow some people on the TikTokies who like rescue like bee colonies, and sometimes
You
they
watch
need.
that bee lady is what you do.
I
What do you
do.
mean? What do you mean?
Oh,
People?
that bee
It's
lady's
about
so cool.
one bee lady.
No, there's others, friend. There's others, but she's
You don't know about bee TikTok?
No,
oh,
I don't know
I'm
about
still
bees.
There's
lost
everything
on the
TikTok.
chicken war, okay?
she's like, oh, the chicken war.
What?
But I love her voice. She's like, It's another great day of saving the bees.
It's another great day of saving the bees.
It's
I got
just-
so 458 times, and I'm making this voiceover from the hospital.
She says it's so like another great day of saving the bees,
She
and I'm like,
is very
yeah,
soothing. She is very soothing.
right. And I want to punch the world in the throat, so I need soothing right now.
Okay, that's
I
fair.
get it. I get
But
it.
sometimes they
Sounds
need
like-
a new queen for the new hive, so they can order a queen and have it sent to them.
Sometimes we've all been there. We want to just order a queen. My Jade dice are working well tonight.
Good.
I rolled an 11.
Rolled a 19 on my first roll, and then a nat 20 on the second one. So
Oof.
it's working great.
Oh my gosh. I went through all my sets of dice that I have upstairs and they all hated me on Sunday night.
This one's rolled a 1, so it's not.
Your dice did not like you Sunday.
I've never seen so many nat ones in that shorter period of time in my life.
I've never seen so many nat 20s on my part.
I'm glad you've got good stuff.
And you're the one who actually managed to stay alive long enough to complete the thing. So, I mean,
That's because I ran like hell when the shit got bad.
That's
rolls
how
be damned.
Suzanne's characters stay alive, because they're not afraid to piece the fuck out.
They will. They will absolutely.
Because
figure
they're
out-
smart!
Nope.
I mean,
This is no longer worth my time or effort. Yeah, that's a mood.
Mhm.
That was a rough night, man.
I can't wait to hear all about it.
Oh yeah, we'll catch
Neville has
you up.
left the car.
Neville's out of the car.
Neville's out of the car!
Oh, Neville's in the
Yeah.
car.
Oh,
Oh, he's back in the car.
Are we going to see Neville's
Oh
house?
no.
Nope, he's gonna
Neville's
lock.
leaving us in the car.
He's locking us back in the car.
He just leaves a post-it note on it. It's like, don't worry, my friends have the AC and water.
their favorite song is playing.
Favorite song. Have you seen the little video of like, don't worry, my baby has, his favorite song is on and he's got the AC running and the window is down, it just pans over and there's just a full-grown adult man eating Doritos.
Yep. Nope. That's okay.
I love it. It's great.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm really entranced by Neville Cam. I really am.
Me too.
I don't know why.
It's
I
good.
told
Fun.
you, it's a good
It's a
time.
All we
fun.
need is like a Neville daily vlog.
We got Neville Mail.
Neville Mail.
Grand reopening of what?
Look
Well,
at
this-
the news store.
So this right, if there was a Neville blog, this would be the part that every chat goes crazy for right here, because this is what happens every time when I come home.
Ooh, the kitties.
We all got very quiet.
You know, there's a kitty involved.
Rosie.
Rosie.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, you're home. I miss
Aw.
you.
Okay.
Seriously, you could live stream that and you would have hundreds and thousands of viewers, I'm sure.
You're not mad about it.
I don't know why that was extremely satisfying and I have no idea why.
I don't know. Just are. I had rolled another 20 on this dice. Okay, this dice is good to go tonight.
Don't waste them all.
Well, at least you have some dice.
Well,
that are
I
working.
also rolled a bunch of ones on the other dice, so I'm getting him out. What?
It's just funny.
You're funny.
Oh. Anyway, we all have, not everyone's here in some sort of capacity. Why don't we get started?
Probably. That was just honestly us just needing to talk to friends for a little bit.
I mean, I was really into watching Neville drive home. I don't know why.
Oh,
Same.
we were into just telling stories, man. It's fine. Rock it.
Anyway, so last we left our heroes, we had gone through the Gnoll Den that was on the road in between Rochdale and Red Wharf. Our heroes on search of some bounty gold, as well as possibly exploring some more reason as to why there was a strange little holy symbol that you guys had found on the road. You cleared out a den of gnolls. A couple of you have gotten bitten, have some strange effects that you're experiencing as you make your way back to Rochdale. Eris is still with you, by the way. She got hit pretty hard, but she made it out okay. And as you notice some strange transitions happening with Wren and with Yuki on the way, you hastened your pace and made your way back to Rockdale. And we will pick back off as you guys approach the gates of the city. The sun is starting to go down. The sky is blanketing in colors of oranges and pinks and purples and reds. You could smell the sea air coming off the water. You hear the noises of the city starting to pick up as the sun sets and the city comes to life. But you guys have some other things on your mind. So let's return back to Rockdale, and I will leave it to you.
You need an old priest and a young priest.
And 10 claws.
Wait, what? Why do we need things?
12 stars.
You sure?
Right? Everybody keep just going. Just run. Everyone just run. Let's just go.
Wait, where are we running to?
See the... I actually don't know. I think it's by the by the docks. There's a little temple there that might be able to help, because you two are getting... We should just go quickly, as quick as we can.
Oh,
If we run into any other temples along the way, we'll stop there too.
Right. I'll be on the lookout for a good temple. In the meantime, we'll go to this one that Nariko saw earlier.
The temple that you guys happened to see as you were making your way through town. I can't find the measuring tool anymore. There it is. Was down this path here, and kind of has its own little island up on the western side of the city.
I was wrong. I'm not great at direction, but it is by the water. It's that way. Let's just go as quickly as we can, please. For me,
okay.
please.
I am going as
Thank
quick
you.
as my legs
Alright.
can go.
All right. We'll
Thank
go.
you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Please move. Go, everyone.
As you guys start to break off, Eris comes up behind you all, and she says, "Listen, if you don't mind, I'm not used to this kind of travel, so I'm gonna go relax back in the Golden Sunset. If you wouldn't mind meeting back up with me there, and I'll collect my gold whenever you guys are done, I suppose."
Yep, okay, bye.
We'll see
Feather
that.
does not stop.
Definitely. For sure. Thank you so much for your help. Bye.
Yes, good luck, and she'll make her way off.
She seemed really nice. Running the whole time.
That's how you don't get paid.
We're about to have to go off on a trip and find a magical elixir. We're not going to have time.
I thought we paid her up front.
I think Nariko did, but maybe she didn't.
Okay,
I
honestly don't
hold
remember.
the money back.
I honestly don't remember.
As we're getting closer to this this area where this gate or this bridge crossing over to this temple is there anybody along the way that we see? Do they have like guards stationed outside or clerics out there being beekeepers or something?
So, what you see, so as you pass through the main city gates where you were seeing the two fire genasi, there are now two earth genasi guards that are standing by, and they kind of nod to you as you rush in, and they give you a quick cursory glance, and they just kind of nod. They don't really acknowledge you outside of that. They let you guys pass in. As you get to this gate here, what you see is the gates are wide open. There doesn't really seem to be anybody standing out front of it. The path behind it is kind of like a rickety, rope bridge that leads across the channel.
That does not look safe.
Oh, okay. No, we can. We're sure this is the one we have to go to?
It's certainly the closest one.
Be fine. We can do it. I'll have. Yeah, no, I can make sure if anyone falls in the water and you drown a little bit, I can make sure you don't drown all the way. It's fine. I don't breathe,
No
so
swim.
it's not really going to be a problem. Let's just go.
Can I roll a structural integrity check on this bridge?
Wait, how would you roll that?
I'll call it investigation.
Inspecting the
Okay.
ropes. How frayed are these ropes? How abandoned is this temple?
How likely are we going to die?
Investigation. 20.
Nariko would like to
20.
be annoyed at improper infrastructure as a free action.
Granted. On a 20 investigation, as you kind of look at this rope bridge, on a cursory glance, it doesn't look incredibly sturdy, but as you kind of get a closer look, the rope that is kind of used as like the railing and is holding the planks together, it's very thick and it's wound very tightly. The rope itself is very good quality and very close to like the rigging on a ship, like a sturdy sailing ship. The wood itself, again, is actually made of pretty quality wood. Again, kind of the kind of wood that you would see a ship's hull made out of. So, even though it is just kind of a rope bridge dangling over a channel, it does seem to be well kept.
Okay.
Just to be safe, Professor's just gonna like put his hands on the like one hand on the rope and one hand on a plank, and he's just going to actively start casting mending, and he's just gonna go.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I'll just run across it. If I run quickly enough, I'll run as faster than the thing breaks apart. It'll be fine.
Should I go sooner or later?
Just go. Doesn't matter. Go. Don't wait.
You can go, Jade.
Yeah, just sprinting the whole way.
As you pass through the bridge, it holds just fine. Doesn't even seem to creak or groan under your weight. You're able to cross the bridge. As you get to the other side, it kind of opens to another set of gates, and above the doorway, what you see is a small symbol, which Wren and Jade you would recognize as another type of holy symbol. It is in the shape of a cloud with 3 lightning bolts striking out of it.
Do I know who what this holy symbol is for? Like what god it's for?
Anyone may roll a religion check to see if you know.
Religion?
Yes.
It is
That tracks.
Oh no.
19 for Jade.
15, 12, 19. I'd say on a 10 or better. You know what the symbol of this is. What this symbol indicates is that this is a temple of the god Valkor, who is the deity of sailors, sea voyages, and naval combat.
Well, that explains the weird bridge. Do I know anything about like proper greetings for them if you're coming into one of their temples?
What you know about the clerics of Valkor is that they are basically all sailors. The heads of the temple tend to be sea captains that are just spending some time here before going on their next voyage. So, I mean, any greeting that you would give to anybody else on a sailing ship would be appropriate.
Okay. Reverie, I think that we're supposed to shout at them like we heard the sailors shout on the ship, and I'm not allowed to say those words, so maybe you should.
What?
Remember when we were sailing on the ship and there's a lot of swears all the time? I mean, we can maybe sing a shanty. Oh, we'll just say hello.
We were just able.
I don't need to be disrespectful to sailors. She's going to say this quietly, as to not obviously cause a scene. Looking at like Jade and the professor and Reverie, those who are kind of in the know of magic things, and she's going to say, would a temple of sailors be able to help with this? And she's just going to kind of like point to the like fur that she's growing.
Holy tribe is holy tribe.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't know if there's one cleric class temple out there that's better than others when it comes to this thing, but we've got a better chance of coming here where there's a bunch of them than it is just relying on me or Wren, because I've already tried, and the little bit of magic that I know how to do so far has not stopped it, and I could ask my dad for help, but he probably won't be able to do anything until you die, and then that's a whole other. You don't really want to do that.
I would like to avoid that.
Yeah, so maybe just I don't want you to turn into a gnoll and then we have to kill you, because that would be a really bad. I wouldn't like that memory, and I really like you, and maybe we'll just ask for help, and maybe if they can't help, maybe they'll know who we can go to for help.
I already died this week. I do not want to die again.
Yeah, I don't recommend it.
Yuki nods.
I would say, Jade and Professor on a 19 and a 15, what you would know is that, I mean, cleric's still gonna cleric. Anyone who calls himself a cleric would, they generally universally have similar types of abilities. Now, depending on depending on the domain that they belong to, there are some variations. I mean, you guys know that, being, especially you, Jade, being a cleric yourself. But there are some pretty, universally known, universally common things that about what clerics can do.
Also, if you're stuck out on the sea and something bad happens and you have a cleric, you're gonna want to know the things that you can do for help, because you're the only one that's around. So, I put a lot of faith in the fact that they're at least gonna know a little bit, because I gotta know a little bit about a lot. Hello?
As you call out across the grounds of the temple, it's outside is kind of sparse. Not a whole lot going on. There's like an open field there, and there are different sailors' tools that are there. There are navigators' tools. There's some sea maps that are spread out. Looking at the building, you see that the front door is made of the same kind of wood as the bridge that you walked across. Everything is very tall and big, and it seems like pretty grand for a medium-sized creature. But what you see as the door opens is a blue dragonborn, blue female dragonborn. She's about 6 foot tall. She's got red eyes. She wears a captain's uniform consisting of a blue frock coat with gold braid trim and brass buttons over a colorful brocade vest, and white shirt with a ruffled collar and cuffs, along with knee-length trousers, hose, shoes, and silver buckles. One thing in particular that you notice about her is that she has a peg leg for her right leg. And she swings this door open and kind of like looks at y'all underneath her tricorn hat. And she says, "Sailors, what brings you?"
Hello. Very nice to meet you. I wish you was under better circumstances. It's not really. We'll probably catch up later. Our friends might be cursed with a disease that might have turned them into a gnoll. Can you help? Do you know somebody who can help? Because I can't help.
Cursed with a disease?
Your bridge is very nice.
Cursed
Oh, they
with
got
a
bit.
disease, you say? Is it a curse or is it a disease? They're very different things, love.
Nariko thinks it's a curse. And I already did my magics that would have probably helped if it was a regular disease, so it's probably a curse. Nariko would
They were
know.
bit by people who were gnolls who used to be people.
Yeah, and then they
Or maybe
sort
they're
of
still
changed.
people. Yeah.
They're not. They're dead. It's not a problem. I mean, it's probably not a problem now because they're dead. They got bit, and now that's happening, and that wasn't happening before. His eyes are starting to turn red, and she was just a white, fluffy kitty cat, and now she's starting to get all shaggy and grey.
Yuki waves.
Oh, it's just sort of happening about like an hour ago when we were started to get closer to the town.
She kind of grins, and you see she takes a flask out of her belt buckle, and she takes a pull from it, wipes her mouth with the back of her wrist, and says, "You seem to be in kind of a hurry, huh?"
I mean, only in so much that we don't want our friends to actually turn into gnolls.
Oh, what's a little curse between friends?
I mean, we would still love them, and probably kill them if they turned evil, so that they didn't have to suffer that way. So we'd still be friends, I think. Yeah.
So, all right. So the
Can you
first
help?
question we have to answer is it a curse or is it a disease? Aye?
Oh,
Or are you pretty sure it's a curse?
I'm pretty sure it's a curse. I was just transmitted by a bite.
Well, I'll need one of you to step forward.
Ren will step forward. Hello.
Oh, you're a unique one. Seen the bottom of the locker, have you?
There's a locker.
What locker?
Oh, Davy
We
Jones's locker.
I do
We
not
saw
know
a
him.
chest.
You've seen the deaths. I can tell.
Oh. Well then, yes.
Let's see the bite then.
Ren will hold out his arm. It looks icky.
Oh, nasty that is.
It does not feel good.
She kind of puts her hands on your arm and she kind of looks back and forth and she looks at the wound and she says, "Could be just an infection."
My eye is growing. I do not usually have an eyeball in there, but now I have an eyeball. I do not think that comes from an infection.
True. Bit by a gnoll that could be a person, could be turning into a person.
I do not think I am turning into a person.
I've heard these stories before.
You have? Does that mean you know how to fix it?
Oh, plenty things I know how to fix. The question is, what are you willing to give in return?
I mean, what do you want? Do you need something? We can get you something.
What does any sailor want, love? Gold. If you got gold,
Oh,
you can make your ailments go away, I'm sure.
yeah, we have some gold.
How much you got?
I don't know, Noriko. How much? I have 5 silver pieces on me. That's how much I have, which is not gold, but it's all I've got, and I'll give it to you to help.
5 silver pieces. Please. Yeah, Professor, go ahead. Give me an insight.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah!
Suck it.
26. I mean, she's being completely honest. What you gather from this Dragonborn professor is that, yeah, she's a cleric of Valcor. she's also decked out in the holy symbols of what you saw upon entering. She looks like she knows what she's talking about. She also looks very much like a pirate, and looks very much interested in gold. And it's not uncommon for spellcasters to want to charge for their services.
All right. So she's legitimate and also a smarmy pirate at the same time. You know what? This is probably the best temple to bring them to, I'm sure. Sure. It's got to be the best one.
She kind of chuckles at that, and she says, "Love, I'm the only one in town."
Right. What are you looking for? How much gold do you need to save our friends?
Oh,
If we don't have enough, we go get it.
Oh, you will, huh?
I mean, yeah,
How
anything.
much? How much?
She kind of rubs her chin and she says, well, spell of this power, we'd be looking at 250
For both?
Okay.
each.
Oh, that is a lot of money.
It's a powerful spell. And
we
your
have
friends look like they're in quite a bit of need.
Yuki will pull out the 60 gold pieces she's had since the beginning, and she'll, kind of go to hand it to, I guess, Nariko. Say, this is what I have, but it's all I have. But if it will help us, I'm happy to add it to the pot.
Okay, how much money do we have?
I'm actually at my computer now and can do things. So that's good. So Narco wants to save her friends. Narco is also a born and bred businesswoman. So, Joe, religion check on the general tenets and such on Valkyr.
Sure.
Where is my religion check? There it is. Let's try this.
I'd say 14 is good enough. So, the tenets of Valkor, typically they're, so Valkor himself is personified as someone who's kind of like a happy, jolly, seagoing kind of guy, but shrewd when it comes to business deals, typical gold and finding gold and treasure and possessions, things like that. They are particularly interested in things of a maritime nature, so long lost islands, sunken treasure. What other kind of things are they interested in? Lost relics, protecting trade routes, and generally destroying monsters at sea that threaten such things.
Mm-hmm. Does Narco get the sense you mentioned protecting trade routes?
Mm-hmm.
Hello?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry.
So this is I'm thinking of this, and this is more of like a Nordic tradition. But if Nariko were to present herself as the captain of a crew, like the Mystic Mechanicus or some such, and were to sort of boast of the deeds that had been done by them in preserving the trade across this fair lake, including at Dum Dural, Crystal Cove, and now here, do you think I might be able to parlay some of that into a discount of sorts, as being people who are carrying out the good work of Valkyr?
Could potentially garner you some favor.
right. So, Nariko will. She won't take the gold from Yuki. She'll push it back into her hand. She's been sort of quiet as this discussion raged on, and she'll kind of step forward, and she'll pull forth her sack of the party gold, and she will say, "This lady." She says, "I'm sorry. Forgive me for standing back. What did you say your name was again, servant of Valka?"
She kind of grins and she says, "I didn't. But if you must ask, my name is Impusa."
Methusa. Impusa. Okay. Is that a name that Nariko would have heard at any point?
It's not particularly like a common or famous name or anything like that.
Okay. Nariko will nod and say, "I'm sorry to say that I do have to ask. It's not the name I've heard before. You lead a crew once upon a time."
Aye.
"And sail a fine ship
Aye.
on waters far and strange."
Of course. What kind of sailor would I be if I didn't?
Adventures and scraps, daring do and wrecks upon foreign shores.
She kind of grins a toothy dragonborn grin, and her peg leg clops on the ground. She takes a step forward to you, and she says, "Stories like you wouldn't believe, love."
Well, sure. "And a crew by your side. Faithful and true, with a bit too cunning for their own good at times."
Ha! Ah, yes. You must be a sailor yourself.
She smiles. "I know travel. I know the waves. I know the joy of discovery and how distance can make firm friends of people in so strangely a short time. Tell me, where are your crew now? Are you here alone on this spit of rock?"
For now, yeah. I have to do my time at the temple. My crew, they're out right now in the Eastern Sea. Crossing is dangerous these days. Have you heard?
Heard, seen. The festival at Crystal Cove beset by arsonists. Dumdaral attacked from underneath by squatters in their mines. Gnolls prowling on the trade routes between here and Red's Wharf. I've seen those dangerous times.
Aye. It feels like the world's going to hell in a handbasket sometimes, doesn't it?
Hell in a handbasket. Oh, I bring goodies in my basket, but I aim the hell straight at my foes. And she pulls forth her pistol and kind of lets a light shimmer off of it. "And those crooks in Crystal Cove, and those greedy Duergar and Dumdaral, and those vicious gnolls on the roads are no more. Because
No, it's true.
Impusa, I've not heard your name before, but perhaps you have heard mine. I am Nariko von Grutzner, heiress to the company, but more importantly, leader of my own crew now, the Mystic Mechanicus. New blood, but oh, so much we've shed together in so short a time. These," she gestures them, "this is my rowdy little motley crew,
Hi.
and I am so very proud of them."
Yuki waves again.
You see her eyebrows fly up a little bit, and she goes, "Von Grutzner? Mystic Mechanicus? I have heard of you." "Oh, just a crew passing by the other day happened to be talking about your exploits in Dumdaral, how you freed the mines and got the industry back up and running."
We did.
"Aye.
Ah.
Did not even know the impact of your own work."
We kind of left in a hurry? Well, we didn't really get to stick around to make sure that everything. Oh, Nariko was talking.
Nariko just kind of laughs and puts a hand on Jade's shoulder. Aye. The work we do is going to leave ripples out that turn into great waves over time, and we don't aim to stop.
Ha!
Yeah, why?
So then, you say you want gold? Fine. Gold is not worth nearly as much to me as these fine fellows right here. I'm sure you feel the same.
Aye, a good captain always looks out for the crew. Well, I imagine you'll be looking for a discount then, so let's talk business, Miss von Grutzner.
Aye. And she sort of looks down. If I may ask you a personal question,
Aye.
have you ever thought of perhaps trading up to a little bit more of this season's model? And she kind of nods down to the peg leg.
See, she takes a glance down at the leg and back up at you, and she says, "Not something I've considered, but not something I've thought about either."
Nariko kind of takes out her briefcase and pulls it open, and from within the infinite confines, pulls out what looks like a few bits of armor that she's kind of been like doing bits and pieces together. And she says, "You know, you'd be surprised what a little bit of articulation can do for you, keeping the wear and tear down. Plus, it's not as hard to waterproof things as it used to be."
You see something flash across her eyes as she looks down at your briefcase, and she says, "Waterproofing. That could be handy."
Handy. Necessary.
Aye.
Nariko thinks she has her attention, so persuasion roll for negotiations.
With advantage.
I will take that. Okay, digital
Nice.
dice. I need you to behave yourself.
Use your real dice.
Nope. I won't settle for an 8, and I will use the real dice. 1 moment.
Do it. Win.
This. If we paid 500 gold, that would be more than half of the party fund. So,
Yeah. Worth it, but yeah.
I mean, spoke no lie. My crew, they mean more than gold. Okay.
But if we can
that's
save
better.
a little bit of gold.
That with
Right.
bonus and the D4. Oh yes, good D4 roll. 21, 27.
Nariko!
Oh shit.
See, Pusa
What?
kind of nods, and she says, "So you're looking to trade your fancy leg for a casting of getting rid of one of their curses?"
Oh, fancy leg to some, but when you were finished with your time back here on land, you got something better. You've got something unique and a good story to go along with it. Trust me, you're gonna need it if your crew's been wandering the waves without you for so long.
Aye. Well, my first mate, he's pretty handy, but, you know, crew's never as good without the captain on board. But duties to Valcor, they must be upheld, of course. Otherwise, your ship may sink under unfortunate circumstances. Anyway. Right then. Well, how about then, you trade me a fancy leg, and, I'll give you 2 for 1.
Nariko smiles. She nods over to her crewmates. take them into your place of work. And she sort of lifts up the half-finished leg.
Oh,
This won't take me long at all.
aye.
She'll start grabbing her tools.
Oh, please come in, and she'll lead you inside the
Flanky.
temple. Inside the temple, it's built kind of like a captain's cabin. There's a in the front where the congregation sits. It's just a long, kind of narrow room. Bunch of chairs set up all the way at the back. It's kind of set up like a large captain's desk, and some other seating arrangements kind of back on like this kind of stage area. Dimly lit. Almost sounds like the creaking of a ship inside, even though you're not moving and you're not on the water. You are on solid land. So where is that coming from? But it's there. Riggings and nets hung up all around the building. She kind of leads you up back towards kind of like where the captain's desk is. And she says, I'm very interested to watch you do your work.
Nariko just kind of takes a set of goggles out and slips them on. And she says, right then, I'll try and give a little bit of running commentary. And
Right.
Narco will take whatever time and materials are needed in order to whip up a prosthetic limb.
Wow, that's an actual thing.
I came prepared.
Okay.
You think the second I heard peg leg, I didn't immediately start searching for this?
I didn't think that was a thing.
Oh, it's better if she had a hook hand. There's a propulsion arm, which is exactly what it sounds like, and it's great.
That's amazing.
You know, if you want, we can cut off your hand and give you this new one. It's even better.
Then we're okay at the point where it's optimal for you to cut off your limbs and replace them with mechanical ones. We are now in cyberpunk.
Yeah, basically. So, whatever time it takes you to make this limb, you guys are free to move about the cabin, as it were. Once you finish, she kind of looks over. Oh my God, yes. She looks over. She looks over your work, Nariko, and she says, "Aye, that's some fine work." And you can tell she definitely seems impressed.
Narco, always happy for a job well done and a deal well made, proceeds to point out the points where. So these are the mana circuits. They'll tap into your own lifeline. So any motion that you attempt to do, the leg will mimic it. I understand at some points having it stock still to hit a niche on the deck is good for bracing yourself. So you just give it a little tap right here at this joint, and it'll lock up in place for you. And then this little detailing work I did along the sides, just to give it sort of a bit of a scaling appearance at a distance. It might seem like you've got the leg of a silver dragon, but
Oh, interesting. Yeah. May I?
Yeah.
Kind of gesturing. She could put it on.
oh yeah, go ahead.
So she kind of sits back in the chair. She leans back and kicks up her peg leg, kind of twists it, and she like clicks it out of its socket. She puts it to the side. She grabs the prosthetic leg and twists it on instead. You see, she kind of starts to test it out. She's bending it at the knee, and she kind of stands up, starts testing its sturdiness, and she kind of looks at you with a satisfied expression. It's quite like the real thing.
It is the real thing, if you think about it. We can make what's real with our own hands.
You are impressive, Narco von Gruzner of the Mystic Mechanicus. I'm sure there'll be many watching your career very closely.
She gives a smile. But she kind of holds herself back from continuing boasting because she feels like she's kind of laid it on a little bit thick here so far. But she just kind of nods over to where her teammates are and says, "Aye, but most fearsome, impressive captain of the world isn't any good without a crew to run the ship for."
Aye, it's true. Well, then, the last part of our deal, then, a little tribute to Valcor.
Oh, did we need to pay a tribute?
Aye. The deal was the leg, and then you get 2 for 1.
Oh, I'm sorry. You said to Valcor. I thought maybe we had to say hello, or if he's coming. Is he here?
Oh,
Do we need to see him and say hello and shake his hand or something?
nah, but he's always listening. It'd be good to say a prayer to Valcor if you ever travel by boat.
Yeah, I mean,
ship.
David's always listening, so I'll get it. Valcor. I'm gonna write that down.
But little monetary contribution, though, of course, to keep the temple afloat, if you know what I mean.
Was it floating?
Matter of speech, love.
Sorry. Yeah. No, of course. Yeah.
Nariko will take out the party funds. She will withdraw 250 gold pieces worth of monetary stuff. And as she kind of tosses them into the offering bowl, she will say, "May the cannons of the Von Grutzner shake the world."
And may the world shake at the sound of your cannons! I love it.
Oh, it's really loud in here sometimes.
Which one of you is
Okay.
first?
Yuki is going to gesture for Ren to go first.
Ren was in the process of gesturing for Yuki. Are you certain? You were bit before I was.
Yes, I'm just a bit itchy, though. You have eyeballs growing, friend.
It is a unique sensation. Very well. Go step forward.
Alright, give me your arm.
Ren will hold out his arm, just kind of watching and studying the whole thing.
She kind of takes it, and you see flashes of color in her eyes, like lightning dancing across a storm cloud. The air kind of gets chillier. You kind of feel like a sea breeze rush through the building as she begins to cast her magic. And it takes a few minutes to do so, but after the casting is complete, your arm kind of gets like a warm, tingly feeling to it. The wounds begin to close up and heal themselves, and the reddish color of your eyes begins to fade.
That was very effective. Thank you.
Aye. And you, love. She looks at Yuki.
Yuki will step forward.
Show me your arm.
Yuki shows her forearm that is gross and matted and painful and not fun.
Riddled with little tiny bites.
See, she kind of grins and looks up to you. She goes, "You sure gray's kind of a good color on you, love."
She smirks and she says, "I will keep that under advisement. I also do not wish to be a gnoll and have my friends kill me."
Yeah, come on, don't want to kill you, Yuki.
Alright, that's fair. Again, same effect. You see her eyes flash, the color of lightning dancing across storm clouds, sea breeze blows through the temple. Few minutes go by, the wounds on your arm begin to close, your coat slowly begins to revert back to its normal color and consistency.
Yay! Yuki is going to kind of look at her fur and kind of, do that cat thing where they just kind of look at themselves and kind of like almost pet themselves a little bit.
She nods a bit. She takes a step back from Yuki and she says, "It's quite an extraordinary thing. I believe someone weaker might have been affected much more faster. But you all seem to have some kind of strength to you, so lucky for that."
And lucky for you.
Right.
Miss Impusa,
What?
could you tell me what sort of magic that you used just now, in case something like this happens again? I could maybe train or practice, just in case.
Never make an insight check on you. Yeah. She looks at you. She kind of tilts her head back a little bit, and you can see she's kind of sizing you up a little bit, Jade. And she says,
Hi.
You're imbued
Hi.
with you're imbued with another deity's magic, are you not? I can see it in your eyes.
Yeah.
There's something else about you.
You know, I'm new here.
Aye, you could say that. Well, it's a restoration spell.
Okay.
It's able to cure many great ailments, curses being one of them.
Restoration. Did you pick that up somewhere, or did you learn it from someone?
She grins and she says, "Through the grace of Valkor, love."
Oh, right. I mean, yeah. Yes. I know. Yes. I do that as well. Do you just think about what you want to have happen, and then it happens, and you just that's how I'll do it. But sometimes I need to actually kind of study it a little bit in order to know exactly how I need to apply the magics.
No,
Or just ask. I can just ask. That's too.
Well, you just you focus on the task at hand and what you want to see happen, love, and you pray to your God in the morning and expect him to come through for you.
Okay.
A little bit of know-how helps.
Okay. Well, I'll practice that then, and I'll see. Maybe I'll be able to manifest that a little bit better with some more training. I did try. It's just I'm a little bit more than I could do right now.
Practice more, love. I'm sure you'll get there.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we'll do that. I will do that.
It takes
I hope I
time.
don't need to do that. Time is. Aside from now, time was. We got a lot of it, so.
Right.
Thank
well,
you.
You're welcome. The mystic mechanic is here in my temple.
Oh, this one's yours.
For now.
Oh.
It's really my ship, but my ship's not here, so for now, this is my ship.
Sort of like a home away from home.
Oh, you can say that.
Okay. I'll get that. Yes. Are we supposed to stay now? Or are we going? I feel like it's rude if we just leave.
Oh, you can stay and leave whenever you want. I got paid.
Yes.
I just warn you to be careful. Try not to get bit by any more of those gnolls, love.
I think they're all dead now, so I think it's okay.
Well, good for you.
Yeah, good for most people, really.
Speaking of which, I suppose I can try and go and get our bounty collected.
Oh, yeah, we probably should do that.
Well then. Many thanks, Infused to Silverleg.
Silverleg. I like it.
Yes. Thank you. Can I give you a hug? Is that okay? Do you like hugs? I would like to hug you because you helped us. But you're allowed to say no. It's okay. You don't have to say yes.
She kind of grins and like hesitantly like puts out a hand and she kind of like pats you on the head. That'll be good enough.
I'll just awkwardly pat her like side bit. And just
Right.
this is how you hug. That's okay. It's very nice to meet you. Thank you for everything. I'm really glad you were here.
Aye.
Okay. Bye then. Yuki, Ren, are you both feeling better?
Ren will follow after Jade. That was an interesting day.
Yeah, it was a long day. That was different.
What time is it?
Like 4?
No, you're getting on like 7, 8 at night right now.
Alright, very
8
good.
o'clock? Oh, right, it's twilight. You said that's right.
Mm-hmm.
What 8 o'clock? Maybe.
I think I am ready for sleep time soon.
Definitely a very long day.
We set out first thing in the morning, so yeah. Mine first thing in the morning before brunch time, because we had some talking. Do you all want to go? Should we all stay back at the Siren Song then, or did you want to go somewhere else? Did you want to be everything?
Someone should go with Nariko to get the bounty.
Oh right, yes. Nariko shouldn't have to do that alone. I can come with you, Nariko, if you want. Ren, I know you went last time. When I was
vote we send the professor. He talks enough to make it interesting.
Oh, yeah, we can definitely send the professor with Nariko. I mean, they would probably be good. And then we can all go to the Siren Song and get rooms so you can rest.
Resting does sound very nice.
We're all filing out while the professor stays behind.
Professor will kind of, before turning and leaving, he looks up to Impusa and just says, you're traveling, you've been around, you've seen some things. You mind taking a look at something for me?
Sure. Been around
Are there
seeing all
people-
the things.
Digs into his jacket and produces a strange looking scroll, and he hands it to her and says, have you seen anything like this? Do you know what it says, maybe, or what it might mean?
Rolling for history. She takes the scroll, she opens it up. She kind of tilts her head as she looks it over. She's like, it's the language I can't read. Magical, though. That's for sure.
Good to know. Thank you.
Bye.
He'll take it back and roll it up, square it away in his jacket, and then take his leave.
Alright. So, as you head out the Temple of Valcor, cross over the bridge again, strong enough to hold your weight as you make your way across. Feels nice and sturdy as you make your way. Where you head off to now?
If the treasury house is still open, Nariko would like to collect the bounty on these gnoll ears.
Passing by the treasury house, you'll find at this time of night that it is kind of closed up for the day.
That is to be expected. Siren song.
Nariko heads back for the Siren Song.
Oh, wait. Nariko says the other guy's like, oh, I have to pay Eris. I'll be back.
Oh, did you want company? Professor, should you go since you were special friends with Ares?
Special friends. I mean, I can. Nariko's got this in the bag. In fact, Nariko hired her. Be expected that Nariko pays her, but I'd have no problem going along. Yeah, sure.
Yeah,
He
I mean,
kind of trots on after Nariko.
nobody's alone, and then special. I don't know when we're gonna see her again, and then you might miss her, and then everyone else can be the Siren Song. I don't know what I'm doing. Was that right? Should I have done that? Was that not? Are we not? She's asking Yuki and Wren and Reverie as they're walking. I just thought, he's special friends with her, and maybe he wants to spend time with her, and maybe that was a little too. Maybe I shouldn't have pushed that. I'm not. I don't really know. I'm not sure. That's not really in the binder about that part. Afterwards, just that they like to spend time together, and then she had to leave. We were at the temple, and then I don't know, just go get a drink. Maybe have one of those strawberry drinks again. That was nice.
So,
All this.
you head.
Yeah, we got nothing for that.
No one would.
Few of you heading off to Siren Song. We're gonna drag your tokens in that direction because I'm gonna eventually gather y'all up. So the few of you make your way to Siren Song. Nariko and Professor, you make your way to the Golden Sunset. As you make your way in, there's a general crowd here is pretty tame. A bunch of people enjoying their drinks, laughing at the bar. Seems kind of a low-key kind of night. Normally you would find Eris at the bar accepting invitations to challenge her for an arm wrestling, but it seems tonight she has instead opted for kind of a booth on the side where she seems to be sitting back, lounging, relaxing. She's got a kind of a dark ale in front of her. She's sipping it. It looks like she's been working on it for a while, but at the moment she's kind of like leaning her head back against the back of the chair, and her head tilted back, her eyes closed a little bit.
Nariko will sort of approach the booth, and she'll kind of, as she sits down, kind of just give the table a little nudge, some noise and movement to alert Eris so that she's not startled at all. And she'll sit down and she'll say, "I apologize for having to run off to attend to our wounded. I appreciate that you trust us enough to bring you your payment with."
She picks her head up and her eyes open as she sees you sit down, and she kind of smiles, leans forward a bit, and she goes, "I had a feeling you weren't going to go anywhere without holding up your end of the bargain. You seem to be a honest, upfront kind of person."
Grut's name wouldn't mean anything if we didn't do so.
That's what I was betting on.
A sure bet then.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for your assistance. Your strength at arms and hardiness in the face of overwhelming odds was vital to our success. You've earned every penny of your commission, and Nariko will, in a discreet manner, give her the 50 gold that she is owed.
She kind of smiles and takes the gold, discreetly pockets it away, and she says, I underestimated the kind of stuff you guys get up to. But glad I was able to help, and feels good to do something good, too.
Indeed. And what, you mean all adventures aren't like this? This is the only kind I've had. I don't really have much to compare it to.
Biggest thing I've had to contend with are pickpockets on the docks.
You know, there's a point where I remember being absolutely frightened of some ne'er-do-well picking my pockets, walking through town.
A week ago. So much happens in Eden.
How quickly time changes us. But at least I can say I'm learning quickly, and from everyone I meet, including you.
Oh. Well, I'm glad to have been able to contribute then.
Well, maybe someday, if the name Mystic Mechanicus means a whole lot, if you can trade that in for some free drinks at the bar with the story.
I'll look forward to that.
Well then, you've got your haul. I'm guessing you're going to rest on your laurels for a little bit and then travel on where next the wind takes you.
Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna move anywhere anytime soon. I understand the Siren song has some nice hot baths that you can take, and it just might be looking to hit one of those up tomorrow. Today, I just kind of want to sleep.
Very good. Well, I can offer you one last thing before I go, and Nariko will hand Eris her business card.
Ooh, it's embossed.
Should you ever wish to get in contact, if you address a letter with these specifics on it, it should make its way to me personally. And it doesn't have to be just business. I love chatting with all my pen pals.
She kind of nods and smiles at you, and she says, kind of like a friend.
Nariko smiles. I find that, surprisingly enough, in the heart of danger is where I've been finding all of my greatest and firmest friends ever.
All right, Nariko von Grusener. Well, thank you. It's been exciting, it's been enlightening, and it's been exhausting.
Here, here. Then I will leave you to your drinks, to your rest, and maybe we meet again.
Indeed. Be careful out there.
And then Narco will turn. Professor, did you have any words to say to your, she kind of smirks a bit, special friend?
Eris's eyebrow goes up.
He comes up and sets the cider down in front of her, and he says, "Why does that term keep getting tossed around? Yes, thank you for your help, and here, on me. Nothing gets you squared away like getting a dick in cider."
Well, thank you, Professor, for your dick insider.
He kind of winks, grins, nods, and then looks at Nariko and gestures to the door. He's like, "Shall we?"
We shall. And Narco will excuse herself from the table and head out with the professor back into the night.
As you guys begin to head out the bar, you hear Eris's voice one last time call over the crowd, and it kind of catches everybody's attention. And she goes, "Hey, Professor, maybe we can get another Dick and Cider soon enough. Special friend," and she kind of winks at you.
He pauses at the door and kind of like looks back over his shoulder with a smirk, and he says, "I would love to get a dick in cider with you." And then all of a sudden, as if the meta world just crashed around him, the euphemism just like shatters all over his body, and he's like, and then rushes out the door.
There is uproarious laughter in the bar. Eris toasts to you as you make your way out hastily. Off to the Siren song then.
Yes, please. I'm sure there will be less.
So much less awkwardness and innuendos at the siren song.
So much less blushing and other romantically comedic happenstances, I'm sure.
Oh, sure.
Oh yeah.
Jade tried to explain what a boyfriend-girlfriend situation is, but not having the words to do so.
I don't know. Well, it's just a special friend that's more than a regular friend, but less than a mate, I think. And then I don't really know what the difference is. And I think, you do things with them that you don't do with your regular friends, but I think it's a lot of spending time together. But I spend a lot of time with Reverie, and we're not special friends, I don't think. I don't know, no one writes this stuff down. Some of it's written down, but it doesn't make any sense. How many times are you supposed to hold hands before you're special friends?
At this point, Nariko
Existential.
rejoined the compatriots. It's like, oh, Jade, were you looking to do your tutoring tonight?
Oh, yeah! I suppose we could do that since we're here. We can get all three... No? Papa said no. We're not supposed to say that word. Study group. We're supposed to get a three-way study group. That's what it is.
No, three-way was also not.
No, we can't say three-way. Just foursome? Because no, there's still only three of us. Can't do that. I guess just study group then. Because study group can be any number of people. Yeah, I kind of would really like to know, because I'm a little concerned that she lowers her voice and leans into Narco. I thought the Professor was special friends with Eris, and then, she seemed really nice, and he was talking with her in a special way, but then he seems really not to want to be special friends, but then he wanted to go with you anyway, so I don't really... Was it not special friends? How many times do you have to hold hands to be special friends?
I'm gonna have Narco roll an insight check here. Narco seems genuinely puzzled. It's like, I think that he and her weren't actually special friends, but then I mentioned it while we were there, and I think maybe they could be, but they're not. I mean, we're going separate ways right now, so that'd be hard unless you wrote a lot of letters, which,
I mean, that's true. We're not going to be in town for very long. Maybe they were trying to be special friends, but then realised that they're not going to be together, so they can't be special friends.
Oh, well, she's gonna come to here tomorrow because she wants to use the baths, so I don't know if they...
Oh! Well, then they'll have time together then. That'll be nice for them. Yes?
We also probably want to leave tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to have to go. But at least now that we're not going to have to worry about the road, right? We won't have to worry about anybody getting bit by gnolls, probably. Again.
At least we don't have to worry about the things that we were worrying about, and now those are solved problems.
Those are permanently resolved problems unless someone brings them back from the dead. Probably not going to happen. I mean, it's probably not going to happen. It's only happened twice so far, and it's been me and Wren, and we're not killing people.
I feel like you say that too casually.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm trying to be casual about it, so it's not weird.
Narco will turn to group. So, me and Jade are going to do a joint session of tutoring tonight.
Yes.
Does anyone else need to buy services or just a room?
I need sleep.
I too am going to sleep so hard, I think.
Okay. Sleep. Reverie?
Hi. Just a room, please.
Just a room. Miss Yuki?
Oh, sleep, please, Nariko.
Okay. So I'll grab 2 rooms, one for Professor and Wren, one for Reverie and Yuki, and then me and Jade will go see the nice man with the abdominals who does the tutoring. Yes.
Are his abdominals part of the tutoring?
You know, when I first brought it up, they seemed to imply that it would be, but I don't think it was very relevant.
Oh. Maybe that's a later part of the study of that.
I think they were generally just pointing towards his fitness.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, no, that doesn't work in my brain. I thought maybe, if you're a sailor, in order to do a lot of things, sometimes you have to be really fit, and if you're fit, you can do things better because you're not falling, But then I was like, oh, but a tutor doesn't really need to be. That doesn't work. That's not a metaphor that translates between the two things.
Nariko will head over to the bar and put down the gold for the party, which I think is a gold each for the 2 rooms, and then 2 gold for Jade and Nariko private session thing.
Yep.
Is that correct?
So as you approach the bar and Astra's there, and she said, "Oh, Miss Von Groot's there. Where I figured we were expecting you for another night. Welcome back."
Nariko kind of rolls her shoulders and says, "Yes, we've made a couple stabs at going through the road, but well, we've had to solve a lot of problems. But I think perhaps tomorrow we may actually finally be out of here. But lodgings are needed." He kind of comes up. So 2 regular rooms for my 4 compatriots, and then is the gentleman who offered the tutoring session, is he available again tonight?
Oh, Rizavan. She kind of looks through a little book that's hidden behind the bar, and she kind of nods and looks back to you, and she says, "Yes, he is available again tonight. You liked him,
excellent.
huh?"
Oh, he was very helpful. I think we made a good compromise between his general, more freeform style, but I was able to make some notes that could maybe be put together for a checklist. He's good with words, which, okay, that sounded really dumb when I said it.
She kind of grins and she says, "I get it. Don't worry. He's good with a lot of things." And she looks at the gold on the bar and she slides it back to you. And she says, "And don't worry about the room tonight." And she kind of winks.
Insight check.
Gotta give me an insight check.
Do it.
Business senses activated. No, nothing is free. What do you want from me?
You'll be back.
So,
They all come back.
So that is 13 plus insight is... Oh, it's only 2. I thought I had better. 15 plus 3, 18.
She's genuine about not needing the payment for the room, but she's holding back a piece of information for sure.
It would be rude to deny the hospitality, but it would be dumb not to question this person. Would there be a check to make to perhaps intuit something like? Are there any clues that I might be able to pick up on here, or?
There's really nothing obvious. I mean, meta knowledge, you know that this place, they're pretty good about wanting to keep secrets when they need to. I think Nariko would also be clued into that fact, because I think it's been mentioned quite a few times that anonymity is kind of their thing.
So, a working theory that perhaps there is a benefactor that is comping our stay?
Seems likely.
Did Dubin ever come back to me and tell me where my mother went? If she was coming to visit or if she was just going to send a letter?
No, he did not come back to you.
Okay. Well, Narco's going to be worried about this for a while, but she's going to make the decision to try and play it cool and just take the money with, and cool cucumber, just kind of not make anything of it, and just sweat profusely about this for a while.
Hi, Astrid.
Oh, hello,
No,
Jade. How are you feeling
Hi.
today?
I look better.
Oh, good. I'm
No.
glad to hear that.
Noriko, did you get the rooms and everything?
Yes, I did.
Does Nariko look like she's sweating right now?
Roll an insight check.
Ooh, that's a 9. So that's 16 in total.
Let's see. Deception. That is a 17.
Ho, 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 ho.
Are you excited for the
I think
achievements,
Jade would be able to say Nariko doesn't seem to be nervous, but she seems to. She saw that Nariko was kind of putting on like the tough captain act for when trying to negotiate with the pirate cleric earlier. She kind of seems to be doing something similar, where she seems to be putting on a front of, oh yes, I am a suave young businesswoman who frequents the Siren song, and it's not a problem for me. I'm totally used to this. I don't mind the half naked people. Such people would flock to me, clearly.
I think Jade interprets that as Nariko's doing something. I don't want to mess up the thing Nariko's doing. So she's just gonna reach out to put a hand on your shoulder and then almost not, but then she does. She puts her hand on your shoulder. She just goes, yeah, so we're gonna have fun at our tutoring session tonight.
Yes, it'll be fun and educational, and we can ask him exactly how many hand holdings are required.
I wrote down some questions earlier, and I've got them in the back of my binder, and I put bullet points next to them, so I'll be able to find it quicker.
Nariko is very pleased with Jade's organized study materials and pulls out her own from her previous session so that they can compare.
Yeah. Great.
This is the nerdiest two girls enter a brothel thing that's ever happened.
Two
I
girls.
don't know how many times this has happened, but this is the one of them.
We don't know how many times this has happened, but we do know that they're entertained by it. Because it doesn't happen enough. And we got the rooms for free, apparently.
Meanwhile, it's Friday night, the Siren song. The crowd starts pouring in heavier than you're used to from the past couple of nights. Currently on stage, there are a couple of lovely young women. This tiefling, Sepharis, and an elf, Linessa, are currently belly dancing with little symbols on their fingers.
That looks pretty. Oh, look, the little ting sounds that's making when she does that.
So you do have some time if you wish to grab a table, grab some drinks, wind down before heading to bed, or you can just head back to your rooms if you would like to do so.
I think Jade is going to get one of her strawberry drinks again because she really liked it, and she's really not sure that there was really alcohol in that because it definitely didn't taste like it the last time. And she's going to get one of those for her, and she's going to get one for Nariko so that when they go to their study session, they have drinks. Because that's what the people do when they do things together. Is they have drinks together. They drink, but we don't have tea right now, and this is a fun night, friends. So we should do something more fun than tea, and this has strawberries, so this is better, right?
I think Yuki is gonna kind of, having been woken up from her catnap by the belly dancers with the zills, she's gonna kind of shuffle over to the bar and order some sort of cocktail that is a mix of alcohol and then chamomile and lavender so she can go to the sleepy place.
So, kombucha?
I mean, sure.
So you guys, you order your drinks. Astro and Apollo are on their game as they usually are. They serve the drinks to you, and you also find that they do not ask for any payment in return.
Oh, thank you. Is it? Did we pay too much last time?
She grins and she says, "I wouldn't worry about it, darling. Let's just say that's been taken care of for tonight."
Ah, well, that's so nice of you. Thank you. And thank you again for everything yesterday too, Astrid. It was. I know that was a lot, and I'm sorry that that happened, but thank you for being here.
Oh, you're quite welcome. Please enjoy yourselves.
Thank you. Okay. And she'll take her strawberry drinks and she'll give one to Nariko. I got these for the study session for tonight.
Oh, what? Narco sniffs it. What is this?
It's a strawberry daiquiri.
It seemed fun.
Narco has never had alcohol before.
Yep.
She is not. Jade is really excited and got her the drink, so Narco's not going to turn it down.
I asked for something with strawberries in it, and this one, like I said, is this one's the best one with strawberries.
Okay. Then I will be sure to enjoy it very slowly.
Yeah, I only got the one because I wasn't sure if we're gonna want different drinks during the study session, but I thought it'd be fun to do something a little bit different than tea at the beginning, because then tea is soothing and we might get sleepy later, and that'll be good for night time. Or coffee if we want to stay up later.
Well, I've always got at least a small thermos of coffee ready for a late night.
I still really haven't tried it. Maybe we can have some together tonight if the study session goes really well and we're very, it's getting a lot of questions answered.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit nervous. Were you nervous when you went to your first study session?
A little, but the fella we'll be seeing, he's very nice. He's very good at helping set people at ease. He goes at your pace. Is very, very good about explaining things from a variety of perspectives.
Well, that's good.
And honestly, we kind of finished out a good session fairly early on, so after that, kind of just got into my own work for a while, and then I think he left at one point, and then I kind of fell asleep at the bench again. That wasn't very, very good. But...
Well, sometimes that happens when you get involved in a thing, and if everybody else is paired up for the night, going to bed, so maybe I can room with you tonight, and we can if you get to working, I can read, and then if you fall asleep at your bench, I can help you get to bed. And that way, not have a crick in your neck or something because you fell asleep on the desk.
Narco kind of rub that her neck and be like, "Yeah, nice change of pace, yeah."
Yeah, I can definitely do that if you're okay with the roommate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
So I got that. Wren is asleep on the floor. Anybody else looking to have any discussions? Do anything at the Siren song? Yuki, Reverie, Professor? Or are you guys just looking to kind of go pass out?
Yeah, Yuki's gonna take her drink and she's probably gonna shuffle up to the room and pass out.
The professor will go up to the room, and as he's getting ready to retire for the evening, he'll take out Jeffrey's Pokeball and set it down on the nightstand. And
Pokeball.
He just sort of speaks to it because he hasn't let Jeffrey back out since the fight, and he just says, "Sorry to keep you in there, pal. I'll get you back out soon enough." And then he'll kind of crawl under the covers and go to sleep.
All right. Well, with all that, Nariko, Jade, you're having your drinks. I'd like you each to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh,
Oh, this will be great.
oh no.
Oh no. It's an 8. Oh wait, would this count as diseased or poisoned?
Yeah, it's basically a save against poison.
Okay, I have advantage on that. That's much better. 22.
Okay. So it's tasty. You kind of it goes to your head a little bit, but you're still well within your faculties. Are you having another, or are you calling it one?
She just ordered the one for us to go up to have with our study group.
Oh, okay. So you're going right up after. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think if we want to order more, we can, but
Yeah.
she only ordered one.
All right. So you guys head up to your room. After a while, there is a knock on the door.
I come in, or does he just come in, or do we let him in? Or
Yes, just I'll to let him in.
the door's unlocked.
The door slowly begins to open. In steps in this blue tiefling.
Oof.
He kind of gives you a grin as he steps in the room, closes the door behind you, and he says, "Well, good evening." And he looks to Nariko and nods, and he says, "Oh, repeat business. Nice to see you."
Naruto just smiles and says, "Well, I did tell you the last time that I found your services commendable and was willing to recommend a friend."
Oh, that you did. Very high recommendation indeed.
Oh yes, in this line of work where confidentiality is key, word of mouth is both very difficult, but also probably the most precious form of advertising that can be done.
That is certainly true. Well, welcome back. What is it I can do for you this evening?
Well, Jade is in not the same situation as I, but general lack of familiarity with the courting arts, so more of your education would be very welcome. Jade, you had some questions already to start us off with?
Yeah. Hi, I'm Jade, and your name is?
Hello, Jade. You
Very-
may call me Rizavan.
Hi.
Hello.
Yes. So, right, I had questions. One of them was, how many times do you have to hold hands to be special friends? Because they don't write that down. It just said that, you know, sometimes you hold hands when you're special friends, and I hold hands a lot with Reverie, but not in a special friend sort of way. And is there a number of how many times am I supposed to initiate the hand holding for special friends, or they do? And if they do, how many times do I have to wait before I do? And then, or is it is it a switch thing where I'm supposed to, which, like, someone does it and then I do it the next time, and then, but we hold hands. How long are you supposed to hold hands?
Can I use this as an opportunity to try and show what I've learned from our last session?
Sure.
So, if I've learned this correctly, Jade, I think that the answer is that there is no set amount of time that handholding needs to occur. What matters is the intent. So, if you hold hands with Revelry over and over and over and over, but there's no intent for it to be for a special friend reason, then it does not apply. But if you have that intent, then the only answer is the number of tries of holding hands until you're special friends is when you make the hand holding with that intent, and the person you're holding hands with, in turn, also is with that intent, and then that's the number.
Okay, so if I wanted to be special friends and the other person wanted to be special friends and then we held hands, then we know we're special friends.
Yes.
How do you know when you're special friends, though, if you don't know if you want to be special friends?
You see, that's trickier. First, Mr. Resben, was I more or less correct with my prior assumption?
Resman kind of rubs the back of his head. He says, I think you're looking at this a little bit too clinically, but you seem to be on a correct track, I suppose.
Okay.
Well, first of all, I think it depends on what you define as a special friend. He does air quotes when he says that.
Well, my binder says that, you have friends that are not really friends because they're enemies pretending to be your friends. And you gotta know them right away. And you can't let them know that you know that they're enemies pretending to be your friend, because then they'll turn on you and probably kill you. And then you have real friends that are people who are actually your friends and are going to kill the people who are trying to kill you with you because they're your friends and they want you to be alive. And then you have special friends, which are different than regular friends and different than the fake enemy friends, because they want to have more time with you, which I don't really understand because it's not really explained much. It's like you spend more time with them and you think about them all the time, and then you hold hands with them a lot, but it's not, they're not like your mate, which is a different thing than friends. But okay, so I think about Nariko all the time, but we're not special friends.
Resman lifts his eyebrows and kind of looks between the two of you, and he tilts his head, gives you a little grin, and he says, "Are you sure?"
Yeah, and then I hold hands with Reverie all the time. So how do you know when it's? Because it doesn't really say in the binder what makes it so you're friends. We said we're all friends, so we're friends now, and then we're best friends. And Norika made us best friendship watches, and we all have those now. So everybody knows we're best friends. It's really nice, and I'll have mine right here, and she shows it off. But how do you know when it goes from friends to special friends? And then the professor yesterday didn't even have the friend part, but he made a special friend all right away, and I don't really understand how that happens so quickly like that.
I think you might be overanalyzing things, Jade.
But it's not written down, so how am I supposed to know?
Well, as I was teaching Nariko yesterday, these sorts of things aren't exactly the kind of thing that you can decipher from a scientific equation or something like that. It's more about feeling. It's more about an emotional response.
Okay, I'm gonna pause you right there. Because Yuki has also said that, and Yuki's very smart, and she knows a lot, and she made a special friend right away too, because she got a very pretty man, and he was very pretty, and he was really nice, and he gave her special scritches, and she really liked that, and she got his address, and they're gonna be pen pals. And she says to follow your feelings, but what do you do when you feel everything all the time? If you're scared and excited and nervous and scared, what do you which one is right, and how do you know? And what do I do one after the other? Because I feel like every time that I run away and scream a little bit, people get very concerned, and that's probably not the one you want to go with first, but it's happening.
He rubs his chin for a second. You can tell he's trying to figure out how to respond to this.
Like, it's not just me, right? Because sometimes things get so loud and so bright all the time, and everything happens all at once, and it's happening all at the same time, and it's like,
Oh, okay.
how do you?
Okay. I think what you're experiencing, Jade, is a little bit of emotional noise. And
There is a lot of noise.
yes, there can be. And part of life is learning how to not so much filter out that noise, but to focus perhaps on one thing at a time. And it helps to have a little bit of introspection. Now, you asked which emotion is right. Well, to be honest, all of them are right.
Okay.
There's really no wrong way to feel about something. Everyone has their own
Okay.
feelings. They have their own reactions and things like that. But what it comes down to, Jade, is instead of trying to feel them all at once and try to process them all at once, it's a little bit overwhelming, isn't it?
Yeah. Especially when you trust somebody and then they try to kill you later. See, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I don't know that I have really the best processing for that. I led us right into an underground vault, and the person that we followed tried to do really bad things, and we're fine now. But look, I trusted my feelings then, and we almost died. And that's not the first time that's happened.
Well, it
So
is something that we all learn from, but it doesn't mean that you were wrong. It just means...
I kind of think that was wrong. Probably shouldn't have trusted her.
No, it's more of a matter of experience, and my answer to that would be to go out and experience as much as you can, but learn from the lessons that are taught. When you follow that thought of logic, when you follow that path of logic. What I like to do, Jade, is to...
Keep saying my name.
Well, it's important to make a connection.
Okay. She moves closer to Nurse. I don't need. We can be disconnected. It's fine. This distance. We could be
Right.
distance friends like me and Professor.
I understand. That's not what I meant, but
Okay.
I understand. When you feel yourself starting to feel a lot of emotions all at the same time, they all start rushing in. Instead of trying to listen to all of it at the same time, focus on one and then the other, and you can ask yourself, okay, well, I'm feeling this. Why? What can I do about it? And sort it through one by one like that. And that's how you gain experience when they start rushing in all at once, and then perhaps you get to a point where you can handle a few at a time. But it is important to look inside yourself and pick these things apart one by one at first.
Okay.
Give yourself time to breathe. Maybe when you feel yourself getting overwhelmed, close your eyes, take a breath, count to 10.
I usually lock myself in a closet.
Okay.
That tends to help a lot.
Sure. But there won't be
This is not always
closets.
closet.
There won't be closets that you can lock yourself in all the time. So
No, it's
it's
true.
important to be able to deploy this anywhere.
Okay.
Now, going back to your original question about how do you know when you become special friends with somebody, it's...
Mhm.
As I said, it's more of a feeling. It's something that you...
Okay. Okay. So what is the feeling? Is it? What does the feeling feel like? What is that?
Well, you see, that's the thing. It's kind of hard to describe. It's when you look at somebody else and you feel a unique connection with them that you don't feel with anybody else. Perhaps you relate on a certain level. Perhaps you share the same beliefs, ideals, visions, dreams, goals, that sort of thing. And if that other person feels the same way about you, well then, you've made yourself a special friend.
Okay. And what is the difference between a special friend and then a mate?
Oh,
And
mate is...
what do you do
wait.
to get from special friend to that seems like a really big distance between a friend and then a special friend and then you're mated forever.
When you say mate, do you mean lovers?
Oh, the binder just says mate.
Can I read that binder? A little bit of context might be helpful.
Yeah, okay. She'll take out a binder and she'll hand it over. It's looks very nice. It's got a leather cover on it. Looks like it's been etched with the stylized design of a tree branching upwards and down. You can see all the roots in it, and it has her name in silver lettering across the top.
So, Ryzavan is interested in seeing what context it's talking about mate. So what is
it's
that
talking about
context?
fucking.
Oh, okay.
But Jade doesn't really understand what that means.
Wait, now, ask your father.
Yeah, you gotta ask your dad that.
Ryzavan he flips through the binder, he takes a few moments to read through it, and he kind of nods sagely, and he says, I see, so... The way your binder talks about it, Jade, is that the progression of relationships can typically go from friend to special friend to mate.
Mm-hmm.
So,
And
special
then if
friend.
you go to chapter 17, it talks about different positions for mating, but I don't really know what that's supposed to mean.
I get the impression that you're not quite ready for that chapter yet, so maybe...
I kind of just flipped through it and I didn't really like the pictures, so I stopped looking at it.
Right. Okay. So, special friend.
Uh-huh.
Think of it as a friendship where you would like to spend more time alone with that other person and explore just that personal relationship that the two of you have. And that evolves into a mate when the two of you have made a commitment to be with each other romantically for an
Okay.
extended period of time.
Okay.
Now, it is possible for someone to make special friends immediately. Those
What, the
people...
professor and Yuki?
Oh, they're special friends.
Oh no, they made special friends. What?
Oh, they made special
Almost immediately.
Oh, I see. Well, that could be more of a physical attraction.
Alright. So is that what chapter 17 is then? That's just when that happens?
Chapter 17, I'm sure, is full of that, yes.
Okay.
Is this helpful at all? I'm finding it a little difficult to speak on your terms, I'm afraid.
I don't... Maybe? Nariko? Are you getting things out of this?
Nariko is just kind of watching the exchange and just sort of nods and says, yes, I think I'm understanding more. Much of what he's referring to, I kind of got down from our last discussion, but you know what? It really helped me when we did sort of the hand-holding exercise together. Maybe we should do that with Jade and see if she focuses more on how she feels while doing that, it'll make more sense.
Oh,
Yes.
sure. Would you like to try with me, or would you like to try with each other?
I'll hold Nariko's hand. That's good. I'm not. I don't mean that in it. I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt your feelings. You're very pretty, and I'm sure you're very nice, and I'm sure your hands feel very, blue. I just.
Blue's a
Do you
color, not a
just
feeling.
stay that? You can just over that way. That's good. I'm
Sure.
fine. Yeah, I'm good over here. Well, thank you.
He kind of nods and he takes a few steps back. He kind of sits in a chair. It's like against one of the walls of the room. And he says, "All right. Well, if you would like to practice holding hands,
Okay.
I forget, Nariko. Did you give him your actual name? I don't know if you remember.
I think he knows my actual name. We only use like code words for when he like arrived
Right.
to like make her discretion,
Gotcha.
but like within the room itself, it was fine.
Right. So he looks at you and he says, Miss Nariko, if you remember our lessons from yesterday, if you would like to lead Jade, I'll be more than happy to guide you from here."
This could be so sexy in any other group, and right now it's literally just don't freak out when someone wants to hold your hand. It's okay.
Baby steps.
Baby steps.
Narco will take Jade's hands and she will start running her through the various different types of hand-holding positions and some of the commentary of what each can be of benefit for.
Oh, this one's nice. I like this one too. Oh, this pinky one. I remember this one. You were showing me this one the other day.
And then,
So hand holding is the first one, though.
The first what?
But look, what? Okay. So if you want to be special friends, and then you decide, yes, we're going to be special friends. Somebody else says, I'm going to be your special friend too. And then you hold hands. And that's the first bit, right? You hold hands.
That can be part of special friends, but there are different ways of expressing that. It doesn't necessarily have to be hand holding. There are some who don't like to touch at all. They're still special friends.
Oh,
It's
that's
all
true.
on what feels comfortable and what feels right. And it's one of those things where sometimes you won't know unless you try.
Yeah, I always try to ask if I can hold someone's hand first. That's true. I don't really think about anything else but holding hands. So holding hands seems really nice.
And how do you feel, Jade, holding Nariko's hand?
I feel good. Oh, this is very comfortable.
Good.
Nariko, does it feel comfortable for you too?
yes, it does.
Oh. Good. Okay, good. I worry sometimes that my hands are too cold. So when do you people who kisses someone first then? Is it the same thing? Do you just ask?
You can.
What are the different types of kissing?
He kind of lifts his brows and he says, "Well,
Most of my books just say kissing, and I don't really know. I assume it's like hand holding, but there's different hand holding.
He kind of rubs his chin and he goes, it's going to be interesting to try to teach you this without somebody to demonstrate it with, and you don't seem to be ready to try to kiss each other. How about I show you on my hand?" He's like, and he gives you a lesson. He says, "Well, there's the little peck on the cheek," and he kind of like pecks his hand. And he says there are some cultures that greet each other that way. They give you a little peck on each cheek. There is a more romantic kind of kiss where you kiss each other on the lips, and he kind of kisses his hand for about half a second longer.
Okay.
There are more intimate ways of kissing, but I don't know if you're ready for that yet, although I'll be happy to demonstrate on my hand, I suppose, if you want to see.
How long? So how long are you supposed to hold the kiss for then? Because a lot of my books are like, oh, you're breathless about it, but I don't really know how long that is because I don't.
It's as long as you feel
Nothing.
comfortable with it.
Okay.
And as far as initiating it goes, there is typically a mutual element to that. Consent is important, and that's one of the things that we teach here.
So it's just asking then.
You can. Sometimes you lock eyes with the person that you're interested in, and they look into yours as well. And again, it's not something it's not an instruction that you can really write down on paper. It's more of, you feel it in your chest, your heart starts fluttering, and maybe you start to lean in a little bit closer, and that's kind of like testing the water, right? Lean a little bit closer. If the other person leans in too, then, it's kind of a signal that perhaps they're receptive. And you kind of keep going until either one of you pulls away or until your lips meet.
I don't really like the idea of it's just you have to feel it with your heart and know it to be true, because my heart sometimes doesn't know what's real. I guess we'll put a pin in that one. Okay.
It usually winds up being more of a mutual act.
Okay. I'll have another question then, because I don't really know how much we're going to get on this one, because I don't. I mean, I guess I can practice with my hand later. What do you do for people that are your friends that you want to help, make them feel more comfortable?
I believe I might have gone over this a little bit with Miss Nariko yesterday, and that's more of being present for them usually means a lot. Knowing that they can come to you and talk to you, and oftentimes with guests in my own space, I like to offer a warm drink or a cold drink. A little bit of hospitality goes a long way.
Okay, and that's good ways to show that you care.
Yes, think
I'm
of it this way. How would you like somebody to welcome you into their space? How would you like somebody to help you feel good?
Okay, that makes sense. That one I can do. Okay, I understand that one. The hand holding seems to be the best one so far, honestly.
Are you still holding hands?
Jay doesn't let go.
Reisman kind of looks down at your clasped hands and looks back at you, and he says, and he looks between the two of you and says, "Yes, I can tell."
Yeah, this is very nice. Nariko, and she's gonna lower her voice and kind of try to whisper into Nariko there. Is there questions you want me to ask about, like, what to do with Marcus? But I'll ask them so he doesn't know about Marcus.
Nariko kind of furrows her brow, but she says, no, we actually discussed Marcus.
Oh,
That's
okay. So you know what? This the same with boys then?
Yes.
Okay. Good. Okay. I think that's just gonna go on for as long as, like, he'll answer questions until Nariko wants to work.
You've paid for his time, so he'll stay for as long as you keep him there.
Okay.
Okay, I have a question for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, for Jade.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Do you want a special friend?
I don't know. Honestly. It's very... it seems to be happening a lot, and it's something I don't understand a bunch. So I kind of just wanted to understand it more, because it also seems to be like if you can make a special friend, then you have more people around you who you enjoy spending time with and who really like to be with you. And I mean, my papa, he doesn't have any special friends or anything, but you know, he's not. None of my sisters do, but it's all in the binder, and I remember used to want a special friend, and I thought about, and there's just like a small glimmer of something happening, and what's my psychic damage I take when I recall?
D4.
Oh yeah, that's only a 1. Nice. Just 1 point of just psychic damage as her eyes go a little distant. I'll remember wanting to have a special friend at one point in time. Thought about, I guess, having a family of my own. I don't really remember much else about that, but I used to, and now sometimes, a lot of the time, just having a friend is just really nice, but a lot of the time if people get too close too quick, it makes me really nervous, and especially when they're boys, and I don't really know what to do with that. So I just thought maybe if I understood more and knew what to do, then it wouldn't be so scary all the time. What about you? Did you want a special friend? I mean, I know you're going to have Marcus, but...
Well, Marcus is... At the end of the day, Marcus is business. That's something I came to decide after the last tutoring session. And I learned a bit more about relationships and how just because you have someone to be your mate does not mean that's all you have to have.
Really?
Yeah. I never really thought much about relationships growing up, but suddenly became very interested in what I was going to do about it when the deal with Marcus came. And then after meeting you,
that's a lot you have to do.
and everyone else, and I finally had friends. The idea of having a special friend is something that I think I would want. And maybe that can be Marcus, but I think it won't be real if I force it. I think I need to meet Marcus and know Marcus and let Marcus be his own thing. But I'm not the Von Grutzer. I'm going to find happiness for myself regardless.
She'll just give your hand a squeeze because she's still holding your hand. And she's just going to say, well, I don't want anything but happiness for you, Nariko. So as long as we're friends, and I'm make sure that happens as much as I can. And you deserve to have a special friend, so that you can have that, and especially if you don't have to have just one or the other. Although I think in chapter 17 it was talked a lot about. I didn't really read chapter 17 a whole lot, but there was a lot going on in there when it talked about mates specifically, and there was a lot of, sometimes there's more than one, which I thought was probably a lot, but different. And but if you can have more than one of that, I don't see why you can't have a special friend and a mate, or multiple special friends. And I mean, you're just great. So I'm sure that anybody that you meet who you'd want to be special friends with, they would love to be special friends with you.
Narco gives kind of a squeeze back to Jade. He says, You said it was amazing the first time we met.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I haven't met a lot of people in my little bit of time here, but I mean, you're really amazing. And not just because of the things you make or how your family is or anything like that. Because I mean, that's really nice too. But you're just the way your brain works and how you get so excited when you talk about all the things you're gonna do, and you're just amazing.
Alright. Narco is going to look very intently into Jade's eyes.
Jade looks back.
This is a very critical moment.
There'll be more moments. Like, don't.
Narco is like in this moment so fair, like almost dead certain. She thinks Jade probably likes her that way, but Jade doesn't seem to comprehend that.
Yeah, Jade's very much like, I don't really know what the feeling is I'm feeling right now, but I like it.
Okay. You know what? Narco's gonna take the plunge and see if Jade is able to follow her with her if she's not ready. Narco, just like was said in the earlier discussion, is just going to slowly lean in.
There
And
is.
see if fight or flight response from Jade. See what she does.
It's Nariko, so Jade leans in with her. Just a very light brush. Are we special friends then?
I think we are.
Is that okay?
Do you feel special to me? So I think
You feel
that's the only thing we need.
special to me too, Nariko. Is Brazaman still here?
I was like, what is Riseman doing? Is like in my head. So let's
Popcorn.
go revisit this.
It's like, I don't know what to do with it.
So Riseman rolled a stealth check and beat both of your passive perceptions. He is no longer in the room.
Good. I think Jade, honestly, as this conversation began, completely forgot about him entirely, and now her forehead is just like lightly resting against Nariko's.
He left when you guys locked eyes and were just there for a minute, and he was like, I'm gonna go, and he stealthed the fuck out of there.
He just left. There is
Nope.
a secret passage behind this bookshelf, and I am gone.
He noped his ass right the fuck out.
Nope.
All right, the nerd. I'm edged to help the nerds sort through their feelings.
Yeah.
Peace out.
You did good.
All right.
Yeah, I think I never really imagined having a special plan recently. Or what it would be like on my.
Neither. But
If it's like this, I'd really like it.
I think you just need to find someone special.
Well, you're really special.
Okay. I really like that thing just now. I'd like to do it again. Yes.
I mean, Resident said we should practice is good. So we should do that.
Yeah.
Okay. We'll write it down later.
Yeah. Note. Yes. Note taking. Very important. I'm going to commit this to memory and.
And
Mirror.
we should have gotten more on the hand stuff because this just now we only know this one.
Well, those later chapters of the binder might be getting some further look in later. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll get there.
Well, that being said, night passes off. Goes through uneventful, other than what's happening in that room. Everyone gets your long rests, reset your hit points, abilities, temp hit points, any other buffs from the previous day are gone. In the morning, as is per custom, a breakfast cart is wheeled out to your little sitting area and is waiting for you upon your waking.
So Jade obviously was rooming with Nariko the whole night. She doesn't sleep. I don't know how much sleep Nariko wanted to get.
There would eventually be a sleep. It would probably be in the. For once, Nariko is not going to stay up late working on her devices at the table. She's actually just going to fall asleep and just in Jade's lap because Jade's not going to sleep.
Yep.
And just mess with her hair all night, which I'm sure is very soothing.
Yep, that's exactly what Jade is doing. She's just gonna play with Nariko's hair while she sleeps.
Narco's going to feel bad later because that means she won't have a new amulet to hang out because I think there's still Reverie and the Professor still need one.
Yeah.
Alright, guys.
We got very distracted with our tutor time.
Sure, tutor time.
Seems like it was good quality time.
It was a quality sesh, guys. I don't know what to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
Dear Marcus, by the way, I just made a special friend, so you got competition. No pressure.
Do you also have a special friend? Because that's fine.
We can be like the aristocracy in political times and marry entirely for monetary reasons, and then just have flings on the side. We'd be
Yep.
happy.
Oh, look, I'm pregnant. It was totally my husband who is not gay. That's his roommate. They're just roommates.
Just good friends.
This is my butler. It's fine.
Yeah, so breakfast is ready for whenever you guys wake up. How early are you guys getting up today?
Jade's awake, so whenever Nariko gets up, it's probably when they'll go get breakfast.
So you'll start to smell the pleasant aroma of bacon and coffee start to waft through the halls.
Well, Narco did drink last night, so coffee sounds good right now. But she will rouse awake as the smell of breakfast wafts through the air. She'll look up and bed. You're still here.
Yeah, is that okay?
Oh, it's good. I was kind of wondering if everything last night was a dream.
I thought that a couple times myself last night. But nothing disappeared in the meantime, so I'm pretty sure everything was real.
Reality is what we make it.
Quite literally, actually, according to my papa.
Oh, right. I had some diagrams I was gonna make. Got distracted. It was fun.
I'm a little sorry that I distracted you. We got distracted,
I'm
but I'm not
not.
really sorry at the same time.
No. No, this-
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want breakfast?
Yes. I mean, our friends are very wonderful people. Is there any particular way we should broach this topic of special friendness? Or-
I guess we tell them that way they know. Just in case anyone else wants to be special friends.
Yeah, that sounds good. Upon reflection, I don't think we were going to be able to keep that a secret anyway.
From past experience no, definitely not.
Mhm.
I talk a lot and don't really know sometimes what I'm saying when I'm saying it until it's already out there. So
Okay. Well, let's get some food.
yeah,
We can discuss wonderful revelations, and then we can start picking out whatever we need to do before we take our leave of town today. I need to hit up the treasury to get our reward, plus got a few things that we can maybe sell off at the goods store.
yeah. I think Yuki wanted to hit the tea shop too, or the herb shop. She makes tea with the herbs. So I've probably a little bit of shopping this morning before we head out. At least it'll be safe to camp now if we want to. No matter if we get out a late start.
Yep, that's a good way to look at it.
Yeah.
Alright. Yeah, and I'm up. And switch to night clothes, to day clothes.
Just politely looking somewhere else while that's happening. Mostly.
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 Alright, yeah. Narco will go join the crew for breakfast.
So you make your way out of your room. You find that the professor is already up and at 'em and hitting the breakfast tray.
Morning, Professor.
More, says with his mouth full.
Morning. Nariko and I are special friends.
Special friends, that's lovely. Congratulations. You did that last night with your tutor.
Yeah. Well, no, I think he was gone.
Oh,
Wait.
one hell of a tutor.
I forgot he was there, honestly. And then he wasn't there. So I guess he left.
The
Oh, so
Siren-
you just snuck away.
the
That's
Sirens
impressive,
know
really.
discretion pretty well, I would say.
Do you think... I didn't see him go out the door. Do you think there's a hidden bookshelf entrance?
You know, on the one hand, it would not surprise me if there was, but on the other hand, it would also not surprise me if there was very purposefully not.
It's place full of
That's the same.
mysteries.
And I think if we asked, we wouldn't get a straight answer either way. So
Probably not.
it's fine. I'm willing to say that we were both sufficiently distracted that we could have just.
I was very distracted. Your eyes are very pretty.
Thank you.
Yes. I'm gonna make toast. There's toast already made. I'm gonna get toast.
Better be.
The professor just awkwardly stares at you silently as he slowly brings a piece of bacon to his mouth and chews, not breaking eye contact.
With who?
You. Oh no, you're gonna go make toast with Narco.
Yep. This is curry's opera toast.
Nariko will meet your stare. Slowly reach over to grab a pancake. She is hungry.
I like you, so you can have that instead of ordering your own. Congratulations. And he slowly brings another one up to his mouth.
Nariko slowly takes a bite of pancake. She's just, thank you. But there's also plenty on the platter. I don't think we'll run out. I am strangely hungry this morning.
He raises a brow. He's like, exactly what chapter did you two get up to last night that you're so hungry this morning?
Hands. Kissing.
Hands.
Holding hands.
Right. Well, congratulations on... And he does like air quotes. Holding hands.
Nariko... I don't think Nariko has enough experience in this realm to know how annoyed she should be at the professor right now, so she's just going to drop the subject and just go to eating. Just like... I feel like I should be annoyed, but I don't know how.
I think Jade pops back up around this time. And she's like...
He snickers and pushes a plate of bacon to her and waves to Jade.
I think it's just because Nariko finally got a whole night of sleep instead of, falling asleep at the desk. And, considering we were fighting a lot of gnolls and then had a bunch of anxiety about our friends turning into gnolls, and then... It was a very busy day yesterday.
And it was. Learned a lot. I slept surprisingly well as well. Especially given the circumstances of yesterday.
Oh, yes, Professor, are you still getting that little bit of imbalance with your connection to the weave? Has it healed any since then?
Oh, yeah. Have you tried anything since you put Jeffrey in his crystal?
I don't know. I haven't tried anything. He picks up a piece of bacon and he stares really intensely at it. And he casts Shocking Grasp into this piece of bacon.
I guess give me an attack roll. Go ahead and roll a d4. You can definitely feel, again, that kind of distraction in your connection to your spell casting. But it is a piece of bacon, and your Shocking Grasp crisps it still just a little bit more.
He wrinkles up his nose. He's like, don't feel any different. Wasted a perfectly good piece of bacon. And he just sort of tosses it back onto the plate as it sort of clatters onto the plate, all crispy and nasty.
Oh, I'll take it. That way it doesn't go to waste.
All yours, please.
I shall eat her bacon.
So the real question here is that if my regular magic is being affected negatively because of this, what could I do to mitigate that? In the event that we get into another fight, what could I do? What could I cast that would not be impacted this way? Is there a school of magic that isn't void magic that would work fine? Or is it... Do I need to learn how to swing a sword or something? I don't know. If we're going to be traipsing about the countryside, saving people and getting into fights, I'd like to be able to defend myself and my friends a little bit.
Well, if you want to rely on some non-magical protection until we see if your connection can heal back up, she pulls out her pistol. I find that my firearms are quite effective and reliable once you've had some time to get training under your belt. It's a little different to handle than even a crossbow, so it would take some time to pick up.
He looks at your pistol and he's just like, considers it for a long moment. He's like, probably not a bad idea. Although I've seen what those do, especially in your trained hands. I probably not safe for me to get anywhere near that until I've had at least a little bit of training.
Well, in the meanwhile, I know my way around some more simple weapons. I could give you some pointers or training, I guess. Surely, whenever you've been out traveling, you weren't completely without any sort of arms on your person. I mean, even just a dagger for utility, right?
Well, I keep a quarterstaff usually. Although lately, since I've started really delving into the magic side, I've been leaving it behind. But perhaps it's time to strap it to the back. Head out, ready to twirl towards freedom. He kind of lets that trail off. Like, I don't really know where I was going with that. I have a quarterstaff. I know how to use it a little bit.
Okay. Well, that's a start. And I can use some of my magic to reinforce it so that it is a little bit sturdier, hits a little bit harder.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
And if the issue you're having with your magic seems to be when trying to affect other things, have you tried using very much in the way of magic that just affects yourself only? Like like augmentations, like a jump spell or a mage armor or anything in that vein. Something where you're not trying to like impose your will or the elements upon someone else. When I see you cast magic, it's mostly flinging fire and lightning.
You know, I never thought of that. Joe, I've used like Shield of Faith. Have I felt that sort of weird slippage casting those as well?
Interestingly enough, no.
Okay. He thinks for a moment, and then his eyebrows kind of climb up. Like, now that you mention it, I have used Shield of Faith quite a few times and have experienced nothing of the sort. You may be onto something.
Oh, excellent. So, that would make sense. Because if you're drawing upon your own personal stores of like mana and having it flow for your internal key lines, then your body would probably be naturally routing itself around whatever sort of gap or hole or whatever this thing is within you. But when you're trying to make your own magic connect with the wider weave around you, the weave is sensing that stain, that sort of negative space, and that's where the disruption in the flow occurs. Okay, that makes more sense. Huh. Oddly enough, so long as you keep your magics confined just to your own person, you should be able to use it without issue. So we just need to sort of stick with spells that fall within that vein and then adjust your style accordingly. If your Shield of Faith works, and I can give your quarterstaff a little bit of a boost, why, then you could more or less serve us as a little bit of a frontline anchor. And even if you can't really, swing it quite so well to really harm others, if you're just sort of up in the front, dodging and giving your witticisms to aggravate our foes, then perhaps that could be quite useful until such time as you feel confident in tapping into your magical side again. And if it's an emergency and magic is what we need in that moment, then distraction or no distraction, it's always worth making a try.
Not for nothing either, but I mean, even in the fight, I know you said you were feeling a little strange about it, but you didn't seem to be really any less effective.
It just felt weird. I'm a little worried that it might get worse. Well, hopefully it doesn't get worse. So my theory is that as long as I keep the void at arm's length, don't really touch it, come into contact with it, hopefully it shouldn't get any worse. But I think you're right, perhaps not being offensive with my magic. And he kind of grumbles like, the students at the university, the mages and the wizards who couldn't use their magic effectively were called gutter wizards. Is that what I am? Am I a gutter wizard?
I mean, no. First of all, that seems very hurtful. Just because
I mean-
you can't do something effectively right away. Or even with practice. Sometimes, I tried to be a wizard for a little bit, and I couldn't do it, but that just meant that my magics were better suited elsewhere. This is no different. And besides, you don't like to fight anyway.
Right as Professor says gutter wizard, Ren makes his way in.
Ren!
So what? What are we fighting
Hello,
now?
welcome.
Hello.
Hi, Ren.
Oh, we're just fighting the urge not to eat all of this at once in front of everyone who hasn't quite gotten their breakfast yet.
Are you
He's
okay,
like-
Ren?
I slept, but I am still tired.
Oh. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you, Mars.
No, that's okay.
I will.
Sit, have some breakfast. It'll wake you right up. Bacon, lots of bacon. Chewy, delicious bacon.
I will evaluate if food will assist me.
I had a crispy piece that was really nice.
She's lying. It was gross. Even if she liked it, it's gross.
I mean, but I did like it, so it wasn't gross to me. But I liked it. It was good. And we were talking with the professor about his magic, and
Yes, turns out I'm a gutter wizard.
I don't really like that. That sounds like a slur.
It absolutely is a slur.
I don't
And-
think you can say that. I don't think that's a nice thing.
Oh, I can say it. I am one. You can't say
No, I don't think.
Does that
I
mean
don't
you are
think
living in a gutter?
it. It means I can't cast myself out of a gutter if I wanted to.
I mean, there's more to life than magic.
He kind of stumbles for his words like, my job is at an arcane university.
Right, but right now you're not at an arcane university and you're writing a book.
For
Did
the
you-
arcane university.
But you can study the magic, that doesn't mean you have to use it.
There's no
You know what
fun
I
in
mean?
that.
I know, but
It doesn't matter. I'm going to find a way out of this. I'm going to learn to use my magic correctly. I'm going to figure out all this void nonsense and how to, if not wield it safely, then at least combat it safely. I just need time.
safety
Okay.
first. That's always a good.
Safe.
That's always good. Make sure
Combat.
you are safe.
Hello,
Yes,
Yuki.
safety.
Well, I mean,
Hello,
safe
good morning.
from our perspective. Good morning,
Good
Yuki.
morning. Good morning, everyone.
How are you feeling? Ren says he's still tired. Are you still tired? Did the curse make you really tired?
Yes, tired is definitely one way of putting how I feel. And she just kind of looks at herself, and she's all rumpled.
Do you want me to give you scritches? Will that help?
She smiles and she says, "Maybe after breakfast."
Okay.
She's gonna kind of settle in on a chair and like wrap her just rumpled like tufts sticking out everywhere, tail kind of around her. Like, I feel so awful. She's just gonna kind of sit there and just blink for a few minutes.
I feel like I need to get you guys like something to, but I feel like I'm not doing enough. I'm gonna go get you something
Oh my god.
different to make you feel better.
Sorry.
Morning.
All right.
That's amazing.
Mars.
What is happening?
Emojis.
Nothing at all.
There's emojis?
Are you not looking at the
That's
screen?
what all the food is on the table. I put those in. Those are emojis that I've used the text tool for.
Oh! Oh, okay. I see on the table itself. I was looking in the chats. I'm like, what are you guys talking about? Can't see it.
Ow.
That's adorable.
Ow.
Oh, that's why it's all gonna disappear.
Ow, ow, ow. Ow.
I'm also
This is
gonna
gone.
like
I can't stand it.
Oh, did you want some of those? I saw. You can get more.
the cart was for everyone.
Do you not want them after you've eaten them?
I'd say it's about that time. you're going to hear a knock on the door to your little communal room there.
Oh, are we expected? Oh, it's probably the sirens. The door is unlocked. You could come in, please, if you want to. I could come to the door if you don't want to come in.
You see the door opens up and in walks this lovely-looking satyr with red hair and long curly horns. She kind of looks at you and smiles, gives a little bit of bow. She says, "Oh, I'm sorry for intruding. I heard your voices and I assumed you were awake. Is breakfast to your liking? Do you need anything else?"
Yes, thank you so much. I was actually going to go down and order more.
Oh.
And my friends here don't feel too well this morning. They had a really rough night. Do you have anything that can help them feel a little bit better?
I could bring up some more hot tea with another cart in a moment, but I also wanted to let you know that, and she kind of gives a little bit of a smile, and she says, your benefactor is here and would like to meet with you when you're ready. They're outside.
Or benefactor?
Wait, what?
Yes, the one who comped your rooms for last night.
Wait, we didn't pay for our rooms.
Oh, that was not Astrid. Just. Oh. Okay. Well,
Yuki's
I mean-
gonna look at Wren and say, "That doesn't feel good to me. How about you?"
I still don't feel well after the bite from the gnoll.
Same.
Nariko sighs and says, "I'm going to go put on one of my good dresses for today."
do you need help, Nariko?
No, I should be fine. Thank you, Jade.
Okay. I suppose I should change too, because this is. Oh, there's a lot of fur on this one. And I cleaned the other one, so I'm gonna go put that one on.
The satyr nods again, and she says, I'll take my leave, but I'll send more up, and whenever you're ready. And she leaves and closes the door behind her.
Thank you. I'm gonna go wake up Reverie.
Yuki's gonna try to she's gonna try to use her paws to kind of flatten out her just rumpled tail. She's just trying to do the best she can.
Would you like this? Jade's gonna hand you well, it is a comb, but it is definitely made of bone. And she hands it to you. Do you want this?
Yuki's gonna look at the bone comb, look at Jade, look back at the comb, and say, "I would be honored."
Good. Okay. Well, here's this. I'm gonna go wake up Reverie and get changed, so that I'm not looking like I just fought a bunch of gnolls.
Right.
And I'll be right back.
Right.
She scurries out of the room. Wakes up Reverie. Reverie! First of all, Professor ate all the first breakfast, but second breakfast is coming. That'll be up in a minute. But we have a benefactor, and we're supposed to meet them, and I don't know who it is, but I'll have to change into a nicer dress. By which I mean my other dress that's clean.
Oh. You mean whoever paid for all our stuff last night?
Yeah, I guess. Because I thought it was just Astrid. But apparently somebody paid for us. Probably somebody who, we helped and they were trying to be nice. So it's a good idea for us to go down and say thank you.
Okay, I'm awake.
Okay, I'm gonna get dressed. I made special friends with Nariko, by the way, and we'll talk about that later. But I'm gonna go get dressed now.
What?
Yep.
Drive by.
You're my best friend, and I had to tell you right away because I'm getting very nervous energy to not tell you.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
You have to tell me all the details.
I will. It was really nice. We held hands all night. Okay, I'm gonna go change.
Okay, me too.
Go get in this closet and change.
I'm just imagining Jade going into Reverie's room and explaining everything, and then just like climbing into like her
She
closet.
definitely climbs into an armoire and just like it shuts the doors and it gets changed.
Should I look into the fact that Jade seems to find comfort in any small dark places which heavily resemble a grave?
You can look into anything.
Anyway,
I'll meet back up.
yes, reconvene, ready to face the challenges of the day.
Yeah. Challenges and the benefactor.
Is anybody else concerned that somebody willing to pay for our accommodations might be looking for something in return?
Yuki raises her paw. I am.
Maybe they just wanted to say thank you for the stuff you've already done.
Regardless, it's a little late now.
I have some suspicions. Let's just all be on our best behavior.
Yeah. Good. Definitely gonna be. I'm just gonna stand over here.
All right, Joe. Let's go meet this mystery person.
Yeah.
All right.
Who's downstairs? Waiting for us at Siren's Hall. Who knows we're here?
One moment.
Come on, Joe. We set the perfect cliffhanger to end the episode on.
So you gather your stuff together. Another breakfast cart is brought up, so you're able to kind of like grab stuff and go. You make your way downstairs. You make your way outside. Put you on town. The sun is nice and bright as it greets you. It's a completely clear sky today. You walk out onto the town square from where the Siren song is. The sun kind of blinds you a little bit because it's typically a little bit dimmer inside the Siren song. As you make your way out to the square, there's some people passing by. Not really too much fanfare happening, but there is one person standing a couple feet away from the entrance, kind of out in the open. And she gives you a smile, and Nariko, you are immediately familiar with who this is. With Newman at her side, you see your mother.
Oh no!
Is exactly what I thought was going to happen.
Katarina sees you exit the Siren song, and she offers a big smile. She's standing there in her proper dress, put together as she always is, standing straight and tall. And she offers you a smile, and she says, "Well, good morning, daughter. I trust you slept well."
Jade's eyes go huge.
Yuki's eyes go huge and her tail puffs right the fuck back up to where it was before.
Should we
Jade, tell her that you made special friend.
I love the fact that meeting Jade's dad, who is a literal archfiend from hell, and meeting Nariko's mom, who is a well-to-do businesswoman, elicits about the same amount of reaction from the party. Like, oh shit!
Oh shit!
Yup.
It doesn't help that Nariko's been talking up about her mom constantly.
Yeah, I think that's the reason why. Like, if we didn't know, but also like two of us are literally teenagers and are like, I respect my parents and authority. We just came out of a brothel.
Well,
Grandma said it
even
was
better.
fine. Grandma said it was
I
fine.
know get that. Great. So my mom comped me and my friends to stay at a brothel overnight.
Oh
That's
no!
good.
She also paid for our tutoring session.
But here's the thing. That means she has enough of a working relationship with the Sirens that they like knew
Knew.
her and kept her in the loop about that.
Yeah, they did.
Absolutely.
So she doesn't have a leg to stand on. But Nariko is immediately going to go into full. I am in public, and this is my very important mother. I am going to be dutiful daughter now, and is going to give her curtsy and her lovely, lovely day dress, and be like, "Yes, mother. It was a very restful evening. I'm so pleased that you received my summons and were able to meet with us so promptly. Please, is there a particular spot where we might be able to sit together and discuss?"
She kind of nods and she says, "Of course, I would love to have a chat with you and your friends. And I did get your missive, yes, and I wouldn't have missed seeing you off for anything. And I'm glad you gave me the opportunity to do so. There's a nice little cafe around the corner here. Please, let's all take a seat outside and relax for a moment, won't we?"
Do you want some breakfast?
Oh, breakfast will be served.
I have-
Don't worry.
Oh, okay. I had made a think.
Second breakfast. This is great. I like your mum.
Second
This
breakfast.
will be third
Seems good.
breakfast. We already had a second breakfast.
And
11
Third
C's.
breakfast.
speaking of 11Z's, it is 11 o'clock, so we'll fade out there as she leads you off to the cafe where she has a table all set up for you.
Of course she does.
I hope she has
Oh
bagel
my
bites.
god, she's been waiting. Which means she had all of this prepared and has just been waiting for some time.
I want you to keep in mind, you all have seen what Nariko has been like through this entire thing,
Mm-hmm.
and she idolizes her mom. Like, her mom is like #1 role model. I want to be this woman. This is gonna be fun.
Yeah, it is. Bets on how long it
This is
takes Jade
fabulous.
to tell Narco's mom they're special friends.
7, 8 seconds.
Well, that there's no way that's not going to come out of Jade's mouth at some point. The question is
Nope.
whether or not her mom would know or pick up what exactly that translates to.
We'll see if Katarina speaks crazy.
That's fair.
I
I mean, she just did pay for accommodations at the Siren song, so.
She did. Oh, it's the equivalent of your mom buying you a lap dance, but it's not even your bachelorette party yet.
Nope.
Not that you would know about that.
I would know nothing about this.
Nope.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
Narco has the cool mom.
Narco has a cool mom. We'll see how cool in a minute.
Because Nariko does have like business things to talk with her about.
Yep.
So
Yes.
gonna be a long conversation.
So the next session is going to be this.
Well, this is basically what happened when Jade's dad came to visit.
That's exactly what happened when Jade's dad came to
Also,
visit.
yes.
Hi.
I
Oh,
would
yeah, you have to propose that business partnership.
I
Oh,
can't
yeah,
call my
that's
dad.
right.
I can't call my dad right now because I don't have enough. David is tired.
We are at like a Parisian cafe in the middle of the day. I don't think we'd be calling him at the moment, regardless.
Oh, that's probably right. Oh, this biscuit. That's how that conversation goes. Oh, goodness. So, what did we learn tonight?
What did
We learned that
learn?
Nariko's mom is super cool.
No bites hurt.
And that pirates are mercenary regardless of what they're doing.
Facts.
I'm actually going to include a day of the week on the date.
Is an everyday Wednesday?
Every day's Wednesday.
Feels like a long Wednesday.
Every day's Wednesday.
Every day is Wednesday. So fun.
Well, the ship sailed.
The ship did. That ship has been for a little bit of time and it's just officially on the water at this point.
Yeah, it was just in dry dock. You're all good.
Just getting repairs.
Dry dock
It
is a
was-
very odd choice of words.
No, it was a very intentional
Very
turn of
intent.
words.
Very intent words.
I'm an English major. I meant that shit.
But before
Well
we
done.
started the game, we looked at a couple of big, strong trees, and we were like, I could probably make a good few planks out of that.
Yeah.
Which is really funny because I went into this whole thing being like, Jade is going to be asexual the whole way through. And then that ship immediately derailed. And I was like, nah, she's just mostly just unsure about everything.
And that's fine.
Hey, people evolve. It's fine.
Hey, happy Pride, everyone.
Happy Pride! I'm married. But I can have a special friend.
I learned, I think it's something I already know, but that's that Jade and Nariko so desperately want to suss out the details and take notes on how emotions work.
Hey, emotions are tricky.
Emotions are tricky. And a lot of Jade's emotions has just been the anxiety spiral that she's been dealing with for most of her life.
I mean, being killed will
There's
do that to you.
There's a reason she says sorry all the time. And it's not because she's Canadian.
Thought she was a Kiwi.
Canada exists in this world?
It could.
I'm
It's
pretty sure it's
Spanish.
an echo.
It mostly is.
Yeah,
Yes.
I like to think that every fantasy world has actual Australia just tucked away in one little corner and just a little circle around the map that says no.
It's
Yeah.
just because Australia is the nexus point of the multiverse, and everybody just goes there and just like, all right.
It sounds accurate.
There's a lot of stuff that happens here. Right, it's the kangaroo. It's the void monster. Both are pretty equally dangerous.
But the rear can make for some good burgers if you fry it up right.
That's true.
Haven't tried the Void Monster yet. Gonna see you next Thursday on the Barbie. Take a crack at it.
Gotta get everybody here, and we're just gonna go. All the gang's gonna get here, all my mates. We're just gonna go, and we're gonna play rugby, and then we're gonna go take care of that.
Alright, guys, like Yuki, I am exhausted, so I do have to get to bed.
Bye.
That's
I
it.
gotta-
Good night.
I gotta
Yeah, I'm
bounce
gonna
out
peace
for a
out
couple
too. I gotta
minutes.
take care of critters. Bye, guys.
Good night.
I gotta
Have a
bounce
good
out
night,
for a couple
everyone.
minutes, but I'll be right back.
Okay.
Have
Yeah,
a good
I'll
night,
be right back.
everyone.
Night.
Good night, Ben.
Night.
I shall return in a moment.
I gotta come up with some awards for tonight.
Roleplay heavy session. So a
Yeah,
lot of good stuff.
for sure. Think of Jade and Nariko. They had some pretty intense stuff going on.
That's pretty solid.
A major relationship upgrade is pretty spicy for a session's high note. But
Yeah, I'll throw it in there.
I did spend an inspiration, I think, on trying to get us that deal to not lose all of our money.
Yeah, it went well.
Yeah. I was thinking two things. One, I was thinking try and if it's more of like an honorable seafaring thing, try and like play up the we're a crew too angle. Alternatively, I would be like, I bet if I made a challenge to this lady, she would refuse to back down. I was just blanking on what I would challenge her to, that I was reasonably confident that we could win.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I also don't want to challenge her to a thing and then have Wren and Yuki be just sitting there like slowly nullifying while we're playing, beer pong or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh God, that's probably what it would be. It would be like, we'll challenge you to the local pastime. It's beer pong. And then we have another session where we spend all of our spells and all of our inspirations to win a game of beer pong.
Ye old game of beer pong. Damn, 20 sessions already.
Happy anniversary!
Wow.
I was wondering back when I made Naruto, like, intelligence is gonna be my main stat, that's for sure. I've got this like I think like a 17 to like put in one other stat. Should I do Constitution or Dexterity? I was like, I'm gonna do Charisma because I think this lady's gonna talk to a lot of people, and I want them to listen to me, and I have not regretted that at all.
It's good to have. Yeah. All right. That's